They don't have anything to live. I mean, their kids hate them. They don't have, I mean, all their money got stolen by banksters and shit. Healthcare's running through the fucking roof.
How many times have you gone into work and then looked at your boss and said, what are they doing? You ever think about the levels at a job, Brett? Of course, the people on the very bottom. What do they do?
Usually clean.
Yeah, and then there is the people just above them. They're the ones that do the second hardest job at the place, right?
Deal with customers?
Yeah, that sort of thing. And then there's another level above that, and that's the manager that's in the place. Now let's think about what comes after that, right? You might have a guy named like Glenn that comes to your office every 6 months, and you have to lay out the red carpet for Glenn. Think about what the person above Glenn does. Jerry is the person above Glenn, right?
Okay.
His job is basically going to lunch, right?
Yeah, powerful meetings, shaking hands real hard.
We're gonna go up to the CEO now. The people that sit around a table and who knows what they're doing? Nobody knows what they talk about.
Playing cards.
What connection does that person have to what you do and what the customer gets? It just seems like you could really chop like 5 or 6 levels off of any job and the company would still run perfectly.
Think about your job. Now imagine your manager isn't there. How much smoother would your day run?
I mean, how many of you work a job where you don't even know who the fucking CEO is of the company? That means they're absolutely useless. They're parasites.
They're on the top, getting most of the money, sending their kids to private school, driving the fanciest cars, and they can't make a sandwich. Every new level of hierarchy is more money coming out of your paycheck. Unions are fucking great because it's not HR.
You need solidarity with the other workers. We need to use that and exercise that. You and your other workers are the most important people at that company. I mean, hell, the way I think about it, maybe you don't get a union at all and you just take the whole company away from the bosses, and that's called a co-op.
For the almighty dollar, everyone's a slave. What's the point of doing shit if you ain't getting paid?
Polite about it.
It's just not the polite way to have sex.
That's just really one way to have sex that's polite, and it's to say, ma'am, or sir, or non-binary person, would you like to enjoy some making love with me? And then if they answer yes, then you mount that person and you move back and forth politely, and then you kind of finish it up and you say, that was great, and then you never mention it again. That's the right way to have sex, okay?
And folks, and that's why we don't do any sort of sex advice or sex stuff on this show, because there's none to be given.
I am wise!
I want you to write the polite sex book, like the proper polite method.
I just said it.
Before we commence expelling this ghost from this location, before we save Jake from the lock, I will light the ceremonial herb that will give us the sight, that will give us the power we need to set Jake free. My Twitter's not working out here. Let's see if you can get a ghost. Go ahead and try. I summon the ghost into ghostly ghostness. Come the fuck out if you're a real ghost. Now. Demand it. This is how we fucking hunt ghosts. And as we've pointed out, and as we've said, there are no ghosts. So this is where the ghost lives, from what we know. And he's not home. Let me see, let me try this. Jake, you may overtake my body. I accept you into my heart and soul. Please, if you are here, take control of me. Use me as a vessel.
Gross.
Nothing.
Yeah, no ghosts. So I guess the lesson of Beaver Creek is there's no such thing as a ghost, there's no God, and the Bible is a lie. Off to Helltown to find out what the government's up to in the middle of fucking nowhere, Ohio.
Hell yeah. Bumping out here. can I get some of this safety herb in my lung, please? And thank you, are welcome here. Jake, you can't have any because they drug test. Yeah, if you go to work, man, you're gonna get drug tested. Jake, you son of a bitch! You get out here! Hey, Jake! Ain't coming. He ain't coming because he's afraid of me, Brian Quinby from Street Fight Radio. Brett, would you like a shot at Jake?
Yeah.
I just fell in a hole. That was Jake. That was all Jake. I think we found the ghost. Jake won't let you see your mention. He's like, don't look at your phone while you're at work, motherfucker.
I mean, I tell you what, even the jobs that paid me nothing, like when I was first learning them, it was like, all right, I can do this. You just need somebody to get the plates and make them go from here to here. I can be the master of that. I was really into that, and I can do that. But after a while, it's like, you guys treat me like shit, and I get the plates from here to here every fucking time, and you talk down to me and shit. What's going on?
Jesus,
you're counting my lunches. Like, you're looking at what I'm eating. You're like figuring out when I'm going out to smoke. Like, all of a sudden, you're in my shit. But all you said you wanted from me was the plates to go from here to here, and I'm getting the plates from here to here.
God, that was the most accurate representation of how I feel when I get a job. At first, I'm helpless. I'm a little baby. I'm sucking off the tea to the manager to tell me what I need to do. You know, I don't want to, my wings aren't fully formed yet. And then once I learn what I'm doing, I'm like, you know, y'all could treat me a lot better for this. I deserve a lot more for this.
Wow, this is some bullshit right here. Now that you kicked me out of the nest and I'm flying through the sky and trying to flap my wings here, I don't think you're giving me enough.
I don't like this.
You
at
didn't
all.
set me up right. Oh my God, have you heard the news? Kids are dying of kratom.
That's not true.
They're injecting it into their veins.
I don't think that's happening.
An ABC Action News exclusive. A mom says a popular herb killed her son.
The most recent death happened in early June. Kratom, also known as metrogenine, was one of 4 drugs blamed for his death.
This was like the devil's drug.
It really is just a green powder that makes people feel better.
Yeah, it's a leaf. It grows from the ground, you smash it up, you make a tea out of it, you throw it down the back of your throat, you eat some capsules, and you feel better, your mind's clear. And most people that use kratom don't have access to healthcare or prescriptions or any of that regular medicine stuff. They get it from local stores or online.
Let's do an example here. You're a young person. You don't understand how all this works. So let me explain this to you. When you get hurt in your older age, let's say you're 34, you work on a roof, you fall off and you crush your fucking heel, right? It's all shattered. The doctor 10, 15 years ago was like, that's fucked up, that really hurts. You're gonna need some opioids to kill that pain. And then the DEA says, no, you can't have those anymore. These doctors have to tighten up their prescriptions. And now you don't have any. You can't afford them. What do? You can take kratom. It has the same effects, it's less addictive, and it's more gross. So that even brings down the use. You're not gonna use it as much. Kratom kills the pain in your body. It also cures social anxiety.
The government's solution to stuff like this is always prohibition, which means putting more people in jail.
How big is your appetite for the war on drugs? I'm sure it's small. It's shrinking every single day. Don't let them continue it. Don't let them outlaw more stuff.
Good point.
Thank you. You know, you probably hear people constantly talking about this horrible thing called capitalism.
I have.
Yeah, you've heard that?
Yes.
You're like, what? How does capitalism affect me? I will tell you, it runs your entire fucking life. You've probably heard of socialism or communism. Communism! And they say they try to control your entire life. Your whole day is taken away from you. What control do you have over your day now?
Most people have to be chained to a desk for 40 hours a week and they're not allowed to leave.
When you wake up in the morning and you feel like shit and you have to wipe the sleep from your eyes and like look around and be like, why does this have to happen this early in the morning? That's a capitalism.
And it controls everything, like your healthcare, your education. It all comes down to making money, but some things just don't make money. Honestly, ask yourself, how afraid are you of getting an injury and how that could possibly fuck up your life?
Yeah. You're being stopped from skateboarding, breakdancing, doing anything fun, because if you get injured, you're fucked forever. You can't go to work.
And so then you have all these people that say, well, we can make a kinder capitalism, a more conscious capitalism. It isn't gonna fucking happen. We need anarchy, we need socialism, we need communism, we need anything but more capitalism. Hey, Street Fighters, welcome to the show. We're glad you're here. Sunday night, time for a street fight. That means we're taking your calls. Number to dial is 614-655-3887. Like and subscribe to us on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, all of those things. We need reviews, we need subscribers, we need interactions, we need to go viral, and we need your help. All the Street Fighters are out there doing the good work for the people, and we appreciate that. I hope you've come ready to hang out, ready to kick back, relax, listen to some bullshit, have some fun. It's a call-in show, y'all. We're drinking and drugging and having a good time, and ready to do this. We had a few shows going on. We did things last week. We're back in the normal swing of things. We're doing this every single Sunday, 9 to midnight Eastern Standard Time. And then you can, of course, watch the Basement Show every single Wednesday around 11 at night. We go watch wrestling every single Wednesday at Elevator Tap Room on 4th in Columbus, Ohio. You can watch AEW Dynamite with us from 8 to 10 p.m. We do that before the show. So come hang with the gang and hang out. If you want more of what we do, patreon.com has the Shocktober miniseries that Brian did with Felix from Chapo Trap House. It has Teen Fight Radio with Gwen. It has American Podcast. The first episode is up. There's sports coming. There's pastors and religious prophets, PROFITs. There's all kinds of great content and bonus audio over on streetfightradio.com, along with a lot of extra videos and digital zines. So when you're ready to step it up and support the show, head over to patreon.com/streetfightradio. That's the beginning of the show. That's it. That's the on-ramping.
Did you,
Ooh.
Go ahead.
We do have a show live in Columbus, Street Fight Radio, not a variety show, February 28th. Friday, February 28th, Ruby Tuesday, Street Fight Radio Live. We're going to be doing a full set, working on rewriting the Constitution for Columbus and, getting ready for the rest of the year because we've got lots of shows coming up.
Yeah, we're going to do an hour again, man. It's been a long time since we've done an hour.
Yeah, we've gotten away
last
with
May.
Lots of guests and
yeah,
it's been nice.
It was May. The last time we did an hour was May. That's crazy.
Yeah. Smart. It's crazy smart.
It is smart, but it's gonna be great to get up there and stretch again. It has been so long since we've really done like an hour set. It's gonna be great. You'll love it if you come.
Yeah, you can find tickets to that at store.streetfightradio.com. You also head over to streetfightradio.com to get tickets to our show in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on March 18th, right?
That is right. We'll be in Pittsburgh on March 18th. Get tickets on the page.
Yeah, I'm going to put them on the front page.
Be a good show. Yeah.
Upcoming live shows.
I promise we'll do a good show there, too. I don't know if we're going to have guests or not, but there'll be something there. You know? Me and Brett will be there.
For sure.
That's really what you need, right?
Absolutely. That's what they're there for.
You see this video today of Joe Biden? He, like, asked this woman, like, he asked this room of people, he's like, have you ever seen a caucus? And the woman was like, yeah. And then he was like, you lying dog-faced pony soldier.
That was real? Yeah. I thought that was like a drill or something. No. I thought they put like a Joe Biden on a drill.
No. He called a woman a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
Because she'd said she'd been a part of a caucus before.
Yeah, I mean, she probably was lying.
Yeah,
I mean, the truth. How many people have been in a caucus before?
Me.
You know? You lying dog-faced pony soldier.
All right. Well, I mean, it's weird because the Democrat Party are a bunch of like nerdy, smart kids that do have all the power, but they're letting some like uncle guy just bully them around. Like this, like it's probably fun for him to be around and say like old slurs and shit or whatever the fuck they think is cute about him. But
who even knows what a pony soldier is?
I don't know.
But I'll bet you it's problematic.
But it's not good.
I'll bet if we looked up what a pony soldier is, it'd be like it's probably some kind of slur.
Well, he's losing it for himself, which is good.
Well, yeah. I think people like that though.
I mean a little bit. You do a little bit he's also the one that said I've never done anything I regret in my life, right?
Yeah,
like,
that one's cool though. That's like something a cool person says. Like that's an alpha thing to say. It's a Western. It's just a movie. Pony Soldier.
Oh, really? It's just like a weak person, I guess.
I don't know.
You're riding a pony instead of a horse.
The movie called Pony Soldier. And it's about a soldier that rides a pony or something. I don't fucking know. I thought it was going to be something bad. Dogface is brutal though. That's like as mean as
dog
it gets,
face is
right?
real bad.
Yeah.
Hatchet face, maybe.
Yeah.
I love that.
Lying dog. If somebody called me a lying dog face,
Yeah,
I'd be like, I'm going to fuck you up. That's what's going to happen here.
Yeah. Should never have said pony soldier. Should have just been slapped.
Yeah. I would fucking lose it. That's the meanest thing you can say is dog face. I think it's one of them. That's like the C word.
My God, what is this? And this is like, I mean, that we like you're following along all of this. There is a lot of people that are paying attention to this, but does the regular world know how off the cuff Joe Biden is right now, or do they just think he's Obama's vice president still?
I just think they think he's like fucking Uncle Joe from the AV Club article. Like,
yeah,
he's like using that.
They just think it's like, oh man, he's he's got his heart in the right place. He's just calls people dog-faced pony soldiers.
Yeah, I think he's using that now though. I don't think he would have used that in the past, but I think that like him being like, oh, I'm the no malarkey thing. And lying dog-faced pony soldier, they both just feel like he knows what people think of him out there, and he's doing it.
Well, it was. This is also. I think this is what I'm thinking of is the news earlier this week from the Iowa caucus where the guy was like, "Hey, Joe, I'm on board with the Democratic mission and everything, but I'm having an issue with like pipelines in Missouri. What are you going to do about pipelines in the area?" And he was just like, you need to find somebody else to vote for. Yeah. That's what he said. He was just like, I'm not gonna appease you. Go somewhere else. You know what you're getting. You're getting Joe Biden, baby.
Let me explain that though, because sometimes somebody will tell you something about your show they didn't like, and you'll be like, go fucking listen to something else then.
Yeah.
Man. That's like a natural. You don't say it out loud, but in your brain, you're like, just listen to.
It's not for you.
Else. You know what I mean? Maybe you just don't like this.
Yeah,
and
he's just
that's
being
what
brazen.
he was just like saying the part that you automatically think out loud.
Right.
Right. Because that's what it is. Like I just like is just saying like the first thing he thinks of, and the first thing he thinks of is like a 1940s fucking. Felix had the best fucking tweet where he was like, Joe is leading in the He said Joe's leading in jacks, but he's losing support among the Macs.
Yeah.
Because he does seem like a guy that would have a lot of friends named Mac.
Yeah. What do you know, Mac?
What do you know, Mac? It's like West Side Story stuff. He's just like a really weird dude, man. So
yeah, it's
he's out there kissing his wife's hand, and I think people find that stuff cute or whatever, and I just don't think a lot of that stuff matters as much as it probably would have like 10 years ago, which is like, I just was thinking about that goddamn Howard Dean thing in 2004 where it was like, you used to be able to just sink a guy because he was a fucking weirdo in like 2 seconds. The guy goddamn screamed, and people were like, let's make a bunch of parody songs about it. This guy's fucking out of here.
He got excited.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And now it's like, there's nothing you can say or do that disqualifies you. You can just keep fucking going. It's really fucking weird how fast that's happened though. Because like, maybe I'm wrong about this, but when we were young kids and even in our 20s, and it was like a prestigious position sort of thing. It was like we looked at them as like distinguished, and it's a prestige position, and it's like you're trying to find a president that like is smart and like you want somebody that can solve problems and stuff like that. And then something happened, and I think it happened with Bush, where it was just like, I just want somebody that I can drink a beer with. And then it just, from then on, dude, it just went right down to fucking, to that day that George W. Bush choked on a pretzel on the airplane. That was the day that everybody was just like, it can fucking be anybody, to tell you the truth. Let's just find the weirdest famous guy and make him the president.
Yeah, I'm not in the weeds for all of this. I mean, I can't avoid it. I'm really just trying to get bird's eye view. I'm trying to buddy up to like every cashier or any person I meet that's outside of like the politics studier.
I always check with my wife. I think I'll just check with my wife every once in a while. She's, she's like, I'm gonna vote for Bernie Sanders if I have a chance, but she'll vote for fucking anybody to beat Trump. She hates his guts, and I think but I was telling her yesterday, I was like, man, just, wait till the summertime when your dad's memes really start ratcheting up, when he knows who he's got to go after.
Yeah.
He might legit get mad at me. Like, he might really, what if it's Bernie Sanders? Yeah. And he's like, I know you like him. I know that's who you want, you piece of fucking shit, you socialist, you fucking commie. You're trying to take over the country and chop my head off in a park. And it's like, no, like, I'm just trying to, like, get health care for everybody. It's, like, really all I care about. You know what I mean? Like, legal weed. Yeah. Day one. Which, by the way, I was thinking about that, too. I would like to get an audience with him and speak to him about this legal weed on day one. Because I think what really has to happen, legal weed on day one, and then also it's illegal to bust somebody for weed. Then you got yourself a nice little thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Then it's like, because, if he legalizes weed on day one, and I don't think that means anything for people in illegal states, right? Like, it's still gonna be, we're still gonna have to fucking pass the laws in our own states, because I don't think that, like, the federal government legalizing weed means that it's just legal in Ohio if it's on the books that it's illegal here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because that's something I've been thinking about. It's like, yeah, I mean, the federal government can legalize weed, but I guess, like, in my mind, I don't really have any kind of faith that one day I'll be able to, like, go around the corner and buy weed at a store. Like, I'll never live a half mile from a weed store that I can actually go in and buy stuff at.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, our foot's in the door. We'll see what happens.
We'll see. I mean, I guess I could get a medical card. I do live a half mile from a weed store, but I don't want to do the card. I don't want to go through it.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to the fucking doctor. Gotta sit down, fucking talk to him.
Pay him $250.
Pay him $250 fucking dollars, which, I mean, if I did it at the beginning of the month, I'd probably be okay with it. Like, it's just, here's your $250, you know? It really is the rigmarole that really gets me. You know, the $250, whatever, you know? That's the price you got to pay to get there.
And that could actually be weed, though, instead.
I know. That's the other thing, dude. And, like, you could just drive up to Michigan and buy weed. It's like a 3-hour drive. It's not even that big of a fucking deal. And I look like fucking dad. Like, I look like everybody's fucking dad. If a cop pulled me over, they'd probably think I was their dad.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you know, ain't nobody busting me. How's your week been?
How's my week been? It's all right. I don't know what's going on, really. It's been a whirlwind, I guess. I'm still trying to get things together.
Man, the heat's broke. We're in an unheated home right now.
Yeah.
I was asking Katie earlier. I was like, you think it's just their pilot light and they don't know how to light it? Because I know how to light a pilot light.
It could be that.
Really?
It could be. I don't know.
I could do it. I can get that lit for you, man. I know how to fucking do that stuff, dude.
Sure.
You like press the button for a second, you let the button go, then you throw the match in, and boom, you got yourself a pilot light, and your heat kicks on.
Right.
Mine goes out every year. But the thing about yours, though, is that, like, you've been using the heat.
Yeah.
So mine goes out when I just don't use the heat for a long time. So yours might have gone out. Yours, I don't think they, like, go out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But it's not cold here. I'm warm.
It's not bad.
I'm wearing a base layer.
Just got to wear clothes. A lot of clothes.
Yeah, that's nice, though, man. You're going to sleep like a champ tonight in this cold house. It's going to be terrific.
Yeah.
You know?
My body temperature will be at peak resting capabilities.
It's going to be nice. But then tomorrow, it'll probably be like 40 degrees in here. And that's not as good.
It's maintained. I don't know if it hasn't gotten below 58.
Yeah, but if it gets to 58, at some point, it's going to go lower. It's just going to keep going lower, you know? But 58's not bad. I keep my house 58 at night every night. That's why I sleep in, you know? Got my electric bill this week, $47.
It's great.
Yeah, I know.
Because you haven't gotten your gas bill yet.
I'm no, my gas bill wasn't that much neither.
Oh,
my
nice.
gas bill was like like $100 or something.
So you
Not
don't
bad.
use the air in the winter?
No, I don't use the heat at all, though, man. That heat is just like off.
Yeah.
You know, all night. And I get up, I turn it up to like 68, leave it there, and turn it off at night. So yeah, $40 fucking dollars.
Nice.
It's beautiful.
Smart.
Good. I love the winter. Except for I'm like insanely depressed and having panic attacks every day and
They're great.
really having winter's killing me now.
I'm glad that it snowed. It was great for a really long time. I like the snow a lot. Snow is good for switching things up. But like the floor to ceiling grayness is just incredible. Like it's just awe-inspiring when you see it.
It has been gray for I don't remember the last time there was sun, you know?
Yeah, that's been a while. That's been a while.
I can't do it, dude. It's not good. I can't do it for the rest of my life. I just know I can't do this for the rest of my life.
Just makes you appreciate the warm weather.
Man, I am in the hole, though. If my depression is at probably an all-time high this year.
I feel like you always say that.
Every year. My depression in the wintertime goes up, but this year it's even worse than last year. And next year it'll be worse than this year. It's just worse. I can't get out of it, dude. I'm crazy. I can't stop being depressed. But I'll be all right, you know. It's going to get warm eventually. I'm going to spend all this time outside and get that vitamin D, you know? Get the vitamin D in my skin.
After winter, then comes spring. Everything is everything, right?
But I mean, you know, like 2 months from now. It's like 60 days we're looking at. Maybe 90, you know? Still looking at a lot of days of winter. You know, it's February. It's a bummer.
I've been taking the bus, and I do like going outside. It's like an arduous task, but walking 10 minutes to the bus is something about it is invigorating. It's way better than just staying in the house all day.
No, I don't stay in the house all day.
That will kill me.
Yeah, I don't stay in the house all day. I fucking am out all day, which you would think would make me happier, but it doesn't because it's gray. It's fucking so gray here. It's like no wonder the colors are scarlet and gray because gray is the color.
Is the color of
this
where
place.
we live.
Yeah. We live in the gray part of town, gray part of the country. During the summer, you can't get a gray day. You'll try and get a gray day during the summer. It's fucking, the sun is just beating on you like it's sitting on top of you. But during the winter, can't fucking, there's no breeze in the summer. There's never been a breeze in the summer in this city. It's always humid, stale, stagnant air. And then during the winter, it's like it's blowing you right across the fucking face the whole time trying to kill you, you know?
Yeah.
I just can't do it anymore. I got seasonal affective disorder. You know, next year, we do this every year. We are not taking these 4 months off from the road. We're fucking gonna go to warm places and just tour because I fucking can't stand it. I feel like a caged fucking animal right now. I don't do anything. I sit in the fucking house. I go fucking walk all day. I get home, and then I sit in my house and wait until the next day when I can go fucking walk all day. It's killing me. I don't know how you do other stuff. I don't even know what to do.
What are you doing in the summer?
Walking and going outside, sitting on the porch, playing cards on the porch. Fucking, I don't sit around and watch TV at all during the summer. Like, I really don't. Like, I'll go days without turning the TV on during the summer. I'm outside. I'm fucking going outside. I'm doing outside stuff. During the winter, inside. Binge watching TV shows.
Yeah.
That I don't like. Like Succession. I'm sitting around watching Succession now. Like, why would I care about a bunch of rich people?
Why don't you find something to do inside of your house? Why don't you find a hobby? Why don't you like
What is a hobby
watercolors?
What is a hobby that I would enjoy, though? You know, that's what I always think. I mean, I guess I'm playing video games, which also feels like throwing your life down the toilet, but I'm doing it.
What? They're not fun to you?
They are fun. I enjoy them, but it also feels like I'm just sitting around fucking playing video games. You know, I don't get that much time left. I probably live more than I'm gonna live, and you know, just playing video games with it. You know, this is Winter Brian. This is what you get is dark. I'm a dark person.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can't argue my way out of that, but I do find when I play video games, I do actually enjoy them. Like,
I do.
That's when I'm like, man, I hate my fucking family. I want to get rid of them and play video games all day.
Me too.
The moment I get like to 31 minutes, once I get like a solid hour of games in, I'm just like, why don't I do this all the time? And then I have to go like wipe a butt or like start making food. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's why I don't get to play video games.
Butt wiping shit is the fuck.
I don't wipe butts anymore. It's been a while, but I did wipe butts in 2019, but not in 2020. No more wiping butts.
No wiping butts
It's
in
over.
2020?
It's finally over.
What did I decide in 2020? I decided I wasn't going to do something in 2020. And now I can't remember. Oh, watch good movies. Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to watch good movies in 2020.
Like Diggstown.
Well, I did watch Diggstown, and I also was like begging my family to go see Birds of Prey with me this weekend.
Yeah.
So I'm already failing. But I mean, when the good movies come out,
Right.
I'm gonna
You'd be
watch.
right in line.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see the indie darlings. You know what I mean? When people are like, "Oh, I really like this movie," and it has a name like Pretty Flowers or something. Where I would normally be like, fuck.
Pretty Flowers?
You. Well, that's just the first name.
What's wrong with Pretty Flowers?
I would never see it because it doesn't have any guns in it. Basically, I'm going to go see movies without guns in them this year.
Okay.
That's one thing I'm going to do in 2020. I'm going to see more than just 2 movies with guns in them.
Okay.
Also, that's something I did last night. I pissed my wife off last night because I was being a bitch. I was like crying. I was like being a baby yesterday.
About what?
I wanted to do something.
Oh.
I want to go to fucking movies. I want to go bowling. I wanted to fucking do something. We went and walked around fucking Walmart.
Oh, fun.
And Meijer.
Yeah.
That's all we went and did. And I said, how come every time I want to do something, all we come up with is walking around a fucking store? That's not something to me.
Yeah.
I do that all the time. I have to do it every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I went to Dave & Buster's.
That is something, Brett. That's something.
I should have invited you, I guess.
That's something.
They
or
gave me
bowling or golf or something.
They gave me birthday rewards, and I was like, nope, that's all I need. That's the only thing I need to go.
So she got mad at me because I was being a baby because I said we don't do anything. It was really my fault. I was being a real asshole about it. Like a real asshole about it. So when we got home, she was like, I'm fucking going upstairs. Fuck you, you know, and she went upstairs and laid in bed, and I was sitting downstairs. I was like, I'll watch this Jojo Rabbit.
Really?
I told you. I'm trying to watch good
That's
movies.
not smart. Good people. That's not.
It's an Oscar-nominated film.
Okay.
Okay?
That's okay.
I hate it, by the way.
I
mean, just
yeah,
wanted to
the
die.
discerning film watcher, I don't think, is cutting that one on.
Yeah. I fucking wanted to run out of the house halfway through that movie.
Really?
Oh,
Did you watch the whole thing?
No. I watched fucking 45 minutes of it, and I was just like, you know what it was?
You get it?
You know what it was? It was just like, there were all these cutesy things happening, and like I could tell there were jokes, but I don't want to sound the way this is going to make me sound. You know what I mean?
Own it.
This is not who I am. I mean, I couldn't like anybody in the movie because they were Nazis.
Got it.
You know what I mean? And like there was a Jewish woman, but then I was like annoyed because like a lot of the jokes were that the kid thought Jewish women like had horns and were doing mind control and stuff. And I was just like, God, I don't know, man. I feel uncomfortable with this movie. I'm not like offended. If you liked it, you liked it. I just found that as I watched it, I couldn't feel good about it. Like there was nothing in my head that made me feel good watching a bunch of goofy Nazis. And then also his imaginary friend is goofy Hitler. And it's Hitler. It's fucking Hitler.
Actually Hitler, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just would not spend my time in that arena. I don't think that's interesting to me. I did hear, though, when we were doing the wrestling, I heard some of the bartenders were, like, so excited about it, but they're all of, like, 22 years old.
Well,
and they were like, they just couldn't believe that there was a Hitler movie coming out, and that was, like, to them was Pickle Rick shit, you know?
It was like, what's the movie? Well, it was like a Wes Anderson movie, which I enjoy Wes Anderson movie. I am a Wes Anderson guy.
Okay.
You know, I haven't seen all of his movies because he made that cartoon, which I'm not going to go see a cartoon in the movie theater. Don't look at me sideways about that. I just don't go see cartoons. It's not the guy I am. So I didn't see Isle of Dog.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Fantastic Mr. Fox.
I did see that. I wasn't happy about it, but I had a young kid at the time. So it was like, we'll go see it. It's a cartoon. And, you know, I did go see cartoon movies when Gwen was little. I took Gwen to see it, and that was a good time, you know. But I like the Wes Anderson movies. I think they're cool. I love the Royal Tenenbaums. Like, one of my favorite movies ever, you know. But, like, this one had, like, that vibe, but it also had, like, Hitler in it through the whole movie, like, goofing off with a little boy. And I was just like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's the same way I feel about, like, Quentin Tarantino movies.
That's not how I was fine with Charles Manson.
It's just juvenile. It's just juvenile thing. It's just funny. It's like a 14-year-old's idea of what's cool or funny.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I was okay with the Charles Manson stuff. I was just like, fuck it, I don't care, you know. I fucking killed some people. What's that got to do? I loved the Quentin Tarantino. I thought Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, great fucking movie about buddies, which I like. I mean, this is going to come as no surprise. I like dudes that are buddies because a lot of dudes don't have buddies, man. Me and Brett are like rare. There aren't a lot of dudes with buddies. You know what I mean?
True.
So movies about dudes with like my dad didn't have no buddies. Your dad have any buddies?
My dad had a couple buddies, but they all fell to the wayside.
Yeah, they just stopped coming around.
Probably weren't buddies.
Yeah, and you know what they do probably? They sit at home alone. They don't have buddies neither.
Yeah.
You just at some point you're just like, I
don't need that buddy anymore.
I don't need buddies.
Too much trouble.
I love buddies. I'm gonna have a buddy for my whole life. I plan to have a buddy. You would be my buddy. But, like, I love any movie about buddies.
Okay.
Two dudes just fucking hanging out, being bros.
Friends to the end.
Just great friends. You know what I mean? And just, like, that movie, the whole time I was watching it was, like, I just almost, like, got tears in my eyes. Because I was like, these guys fucking love each other so much. They're buddies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I like that.
Okay.
That one, I got a lot of joy out of it. I got a lot of joy out of The Irishman. Of course I watched it. I'm like a cliche dude. That's what I was saying.
But you're not. You're watching the Oscar movies.
they're dude movies.
Yeah.
The Irishman and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood are total dude
Jojo
movies. Yeah.
too.
Jojo Rabbit's not a dude movie.
Oh,
It's
really?
Not. No.
It's not.
No way. No.
Okay.
It just,
Everybody likes to goof on Hitler.
it's not, God damn it. It's so hard to explain. I don't think it's offensive. It's not offensive, right?
Yeah,
Like, I don't
think
see
it's
it as like an
offensive.
offensive movie. I just couldn't like be like, oh, boy, this is a funny version of Hitler here. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
couldn't feel that way. I don't have it.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, I think that it's a well treaded to me. There's just always a weird fascination with people that want to do comical things about Hitler, and I've just had, it's like Oreos to me. I've just had enough of them at this point. I don't need to see a new funny spin on a ridiculous Hitler thing.
Sure, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, but I like them. Here's the thing about me. Like, I like movies, and I like current stuff. I like to see the new stuff that people are talking about. So I am like a guy that likes movies. I'll watch fucking whatever the popular movie is. But this year, my goal is to watch the movies that like movie people watch. Like the ones they play at the Drexel, where you can get like a smoked salmon instead of popcorn. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Of
That's
course.
the kind of movie I'm gonna go fucking see those movies this year. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go fucking see a period piece that's not the 70s, which is.
And you're gonna get like multi-grain crisps to eat with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some Pitos, and I'm gonna watch a fucking movie about like, you know, like an author that like falls in love with like a
quaint town.
Yeah, in New York probably.
No,
like an author,
that's not a quaint town.
Like an author who lives in Brooklyn who like, you know, he never thought he would fall in love, but then he meets this like girl who is like way different from him, and you know, she really grabs life by the horns.
You're gonna do a Manic Pixie Dream Girl reboot?
Well, those are the fucking. That's what all the independent movies are.
That's true.
It's all like an author that meets a girl or a
That
guy
lives
or a
life.
non-binary person, and they turn their world upside down, and then they fall in love. That's why I stopped watching them. You know?
Yeah, I mean, that's funny that you say that, but you would sign up to watch Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci do another fucking
Literally.
Scorsese. Like, sign up for how many? Was it 3
3.5
hours? Was it fucking?
I'll tell you what. If they did it again, I would watch it again.
Fuck that.
I would watch 5 more of those movies. That's what I'm saying.
It's just sad because it's so stunted, and the Academy, like, they still just like award 15-year-old boys is what they're really going for. That's who they're marketing to. That's who the industry is, and that's how you get
they're
in.
not giving like awards to Endgame and shit. You know what I mean? They could
Right,
have
but-
done that shit.
Right, but even their serious movies are just like juvenile crap that don't try to really talk about human life or existence or
wanna hear about that
relationships
stuff.
or anything. They don't really manage to do much besides like cool shit that boys want to see.
That's what I like.
Guns and car shit.
I know. Those are all my favorite
And
things.
people
That's
dying.
why I'm
Always
like-
people dying.
That's why I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone and not watch a movie with guns and cars in it. Because I've said this a million times. Movie doesn't have a car in it, I'm probably not going to watch it. You know, or a gun.
I don't like period movies either. My wife eats them up, but as soon as someone pulls up like on a wagon wheel, I'm
Yeah.
like, get out of here. I
No.
don't give a shit about who's betrothed. I don't give a shit about what fucking cicadas came through the corns and tore them down this year. I don't care if it's going to be a rough winter. I don't care about drinking water out of your hands from a stream. Like,
I mean,
don't
little-
like bonnets,
Little Women might as well
buckled
be,
shoes.
to me,
Fuck those.
just to me, Little Women might as well be a Lord of the Rings. I'm never going to see either one of them.
Right.
They're all the same movie to me. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
Glory. I
need-
saw Glory, but, you know, because the teacher made me watch it.
Yeah, I prefer jeans in my movies for sure.
Jeans, cars, guns. That's all the movies I like is jeans, cars, and guns.
Yeah. That
Maybe
should-
with suit. I like suits too. I like when a fucking dude puts on a nice suit and then carries a gun.
So, you know what? We got to get to these calls. But we did watch this movie recently. We both watched it. Diggstown.
Rocks.
You dug it up from your childhood. It's 1994, I think.
I thought it was 96, but
James Woods and...
this is a movie that everybody's seen.
James Wood and Lou Gossett Jr. Definitely young people have not seen this movie. Heather Graham is also in it. This is only for the 30-plus club. It's a very weird movie, but what I liked about it was...
92, sorry.
The best part about this movie was that it's a boxing movie, and the premise of the movie is one guy has to box 10 people. And the bad guy says to this boxer, if you lose this match, we're going to kill your brother. And the guy loses this match, and he hangs his fucking brother from the rafters in the place, like right as soon as they're done.
Yeah.
And I feel like when I was watching movies with my dad as a kid, Steven Seagal stuff, Jean-Claude Van Damme, somebody's like family member would actually get murdered. Like there would be someone would get killed. There would be serious consequences and people doing bad stuff. And I feel like all of entertainment today, the bad guys just run like a business. They're like corporate. They never get blood on their hands. They don't do any of the straight up evil shit. They're just somebody that is in the shadows, like signing checks. But I like the old bad guys, which was just some guy that lived in Diggstown that fixed boxing matches to make money. Not anything bigger. Not like it's not like a Metal Gear Solid, like government's corruption and shit. It's just, no, this small time asshole here has...
He has a bunch of money.
Yeah.
And he owns the boxing place where all the boxing goes down. And, you know, lucky for him, it's a town where everything's geared around boxing.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's just an old they don't like make a lot of con man movies anymore anyway.
That's true.
It's just such a rare thing. Now, it used to be like a type of movie. Like every year you get the new Paul Newman's a con man or something. Some handsome guy rolls into town and fucking is conning everybody.
Matchstick Man.
Yeah. Like they used to make them all the time. Now it's just like none. You know, because all the bad guys have to be like gonna destroy the world.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's always got to be a paramilitary solution. It can't just be...
It can't just be like a guy in a suit that the main character could beat up in 1 second, but instead he doesn't, and he kills one of the main character's buddies or something, and he's got to come back and shit.
Yeah.
And it's good because it's a movie about cheating and fucking...
being the best cheater.
Yeah, it's just about being the best cheater. It's just a real legendary movie.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it.
It's very weird.
But it's only on Cinemax or Vudu, so you got to figure out how to watch it somehow.
I got it from the library. All right, let's jump on these calls. We got people waiting. We've been jabbing too much. No, we did a half hour, right? We warmed up the pipes. I'm feeling loose.
I'm ready.
I think I'm ready to listen to these people. I'm not going to... Sorry to the caller last week. I was very tired on the first one.
Well, I'm tired this week. I told you I'm trying to die.
Yeah, is this me?
Hey, you tell us.
Yo, this is Ian in Philly. How you guys doing?
Oh, great. How are you doing, Ian?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well.
What's going on tonight?
I don't know, hoping to draw on some of you guys' experience with call center work, right?
Oh, really? Did you have like a specific question, or do you do call center work?
No, I mean, I've just been calling for like Bernie doing the like phone banking and everything, but like I started to notice a pattern of like just elaborate like reverse prank calls. You know, you ever call someone and they've got like this kind of like, I don't know, it reminds me of like the Shocktober stuff. Like a lot of the shock jock, just you know, these real like Baroque just setups for reversing like a prank call or something.
Wow, I love
like I'll
this.
call someone and they're like, oh, this is my first day on the job. I work at a beehive. I'm getting stung. Let me talk to my boss about how not to get stung by these bees. And like, I don't know, you guys ever get that? Like when you call someone just like the sound effects, like a whole like soundboard of like bee noises or something.
I did not know that there was this kind of counter defense going against Bernie phone
well,
bankers.
for phone bankers, period.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I can't imagine it would be funny if you didn't have a buddy and you're by yourself and you just wanted to fuck with whoever was calling you on the phone. But I didn't have a lot of that. I mean, I was calling people for collections, so they weren't trying to play. They were mostly trying to make sure that they didn't get registered picking up the phone in like a 6-month period so that we would like remove their number.
I was inbound calls, so I never had one.
Yeah, the outbound calls I did, some people would lie. Some people would pretend to be other people. I definitely had folks that like just would say they were somebody else. Like, no, this is Ralph. And then it'd be like, well, let me know when Deirdre's going to be there. And then they would start laughing and just be like, I definitely will. And then hang up, which is fine. I mean, that's honest. I mean, people do what they got to do. But I have not had a full soundboard unleashed on me since. Remember the Arnold soundboard back in the day? There was an Arnold soundboard. We used to do prank calls with that.
I kind of say that one like all the time. I like showed my girlfriend that like YouTube video of like the guy renting a hotel room with like the Arnold soundboard.
Yes. Who is
where,
your
like, they have
daddy
him,
and
like,
what
read
does he
off,
do?
Like the like credit card number. He's like 3, 2, 0.
Yeah, that's a classic. I didn't know that was still going on though. So has it happened more than once?
I've gotten 3. I don't know. It seems like it's a weird pattern where it's like, I got that one with the guy like saying it's his first day on the job at the Beehive, and like I got one where it's like someone who's just like, oh, I've got a baby sleeping, talk quieter, and then they say it like 4 times, and you just are like whispering, and it's like, oh, this is a prank because I'm also like just like probably not on speakerphone, just like another like prank. And like one was like it's like a similar kind of soundboard one, but like the only thing they had was like a like scanner beep from like a supermarket, but like it was like a guy with his friend, and he would be like his friend is like, hey, what's this? And he's like, that's cheese. You work at a supermarket. You should know that. Like
the bee guy
like
sounds great.
Comedian thing, but like unrehearsed.
Wow, that's incredible.
Does it target where you're calling? Do you know where you're calling?
I don't know. I mean, you call into a dialer and it just calls into like whatever states. I don't think I see like your number or anything, but like I mean, it's all after I say like, hey, I'm a volunteer calling for Bernie Sanders campaign. Like, just like, oh yeah, this is my chance to like rehearse this like bit.
Imagine how many stickers are on the back of their truck.
No, what I think is the reason I was asking that is if they're calling like the New York area, I mean, you really could be talking to a fucking shock jock guy like Jim Florentine or something like that. He fucking he signs up for shit on purpose. So then he gets the calls and he records the fucking calls, and he has like volumes of this series called Terrorizing Telemarketers, and I could totally see that you accidentally or you somehow got in and you were talking, because it would be funny.
You got a crank anchor.
I'm going to tell you right now. I'll tell you right now, Ian, I am still listening to all the shock jocks, so I'll let you know if you come up on one of the radio shows. I'll let you know that.
Yeah. I'm kind of, Brett, I'm kind of hoping I do get like a puppet assigned to my voice for like a crank.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
You could.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna check. I haven't heard. Howard Stern still does like a lot of prank calls. So, like he does at least like he'll play like 2 a day or so, but he only works 3 days a week now.
Nice.
But great. But I will keep the listeners posted on if I hear a bees call or anything like that, because I'm sure, because Crank Yankers is back. They're making Crank Yankers again. So like,
damn, I had no idea.
Oh yeah. They just started fucking making
That's
it
great
again.
news.
Yeah,
I'm glad you called in so I can watch more Crank Yankers.
You don't want to watch
seriously.
Crank Yankers.
Yeah, I would, dude. When they used to call up and that one guy called up and pretended to be like that, like Duke of something overseas.
Stop it.
It was the best. He would be like, how much is the hotel room? They'd be like $1,500. He'd say double it. He would just say double the price right now. I'll pay double. It's like, I don't want to pay. It was the best.
Yeah, they got Chelsea Peretti on there now.
All right. Well, this would be like the best paid for content right now.
Yeah.
If they got us to announce the launch, but
holy shit. They got some funny ass people on here though. Sarah Silverman, Tracy Morgan, Tiffany Haddish.
Chelsea does it on her podcast too. She has voicemails and she does take calls, and they're pretty good.
Yeah, this is wild. I would love to do that. You know, I'm gonna watch these Crank Yankers this year. But yeah, maybe you'll end up on Crank Yankers. That would be I would record that and I would tell everybody that could hear me about Crank Yankers.
No, I would let everyone know. I actually, I have one guy that was, this was, the most elaborate. This was the first kind of, reverse prank call that I got that, I couldn't really believe how, elaborate it was. But it was, I got this guy, and he was like, hey, I'm a telemarketer. I'm on lunch break. I've got to hide that I'm talking to you. Just before we start, can I, have you do the survey and, play this survey where it's just I put a highest rating on everything, and then you'd be like, oh, that's great, yeah, I can answer your questions in just a second, let me give you this other survey. And after 5 of them, I'm just pushing oh yeah, 5 is the highest, so I go through that. But the last one I was so how effectively has our assistant been able to completely waste your time? And well, how good of a kisser do you think he is? I'm God damn it.
Really? Golly, this is wild. You know where you're probably ending up though, for real? TikTok.
Yeah.
It's ending up on TikTok.
Yeah.
This is some TikTok shit. This is just a fucking Zoomer messing around with you on TikTok.
Yeah, that actually sounds like the exact answer to this. Yeah.
Because Zoomers are weird anyway. Their humor's weird. So
yeah, they are very interesting.
Yeah, thanks for calling, Ian.
Yeah,
that's very funny that it's happening. I'm sorry it's happening to you, but it's also very funny to me that it's happening to you.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, count your blessings. This wasn't a thing, the call center days.
Yeah, it wasn't they're not doing racism to you. They're just making fun of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Have a good night, Ian.
I want to know what's going on, and I want to know right now.
We got hooked up with the soundboard. Arnold's here.
Do you have hold on. I'm gonna walk over here.
What's the one?
Piss. Oh man.
Yeah, there's a lot of them there. But thank you for calling in, Ian. I appreciate it. Yeah. Thanks for
that right there, right there.
Which one?
Down to family, and then right here, play that one.
Who is your daddy, and what does he do?
That's mine. That's my
That's
favorite too.
The classic fucking shock jock.
That's when you get them.
That and Dylan are the 2 shock jock ones you gotta play.
I won't play. I'm gonna take my hand off the mouse.
Dylan.
I will not harm you with Arnold all night.
Just one more time with the daddy one.
You want to hear that? That's the best. It was because they would be like, "Who is this? Who is this?" And you'd be trying to get the phone right, and then they'd be like, "Oh," and then you would play this.
Who is your daddy, and what does he do?
Who is your daddy, and what does he do?
All right. Next one.
Too fun.
We're gonna have to ask somebody. Thanks for calling Street Fight. Who are we talking to?
Hey, I'm gonna be anonymous tonight because I got some stuff.
Okay. You want? I know you want to be anonymous, but I got one question.
Who is your daddy, and what does he do?
I'm sorry. What's up tonight?
Those aren't coming through on mine, but
it'll play on the radio. Sorry about that. It just said, "Who is your daddy and what does he do?"
Okay.
Sorry, we're being goofs. He's a pharmacist. Well, I know some jokes about a pharmacist. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
First of all, I'm doing sober February, so I'm calling in sober for the first time, and it's very strange.
All right, congratulations.
How's it going? How's sober February? It's 9 days.
Yeah, I picked the shortest month, so the
Smart.
first week was kind of rough, but since it's been really good this week.
Is it drinking or booze?
Wait, what?
Yeah,
I mean, drinking and weed. Do you like do
no,
weed?
just drinking.
Okay, but you
Yeah.
can
I
you
have been.
can you smoke weed? Is weed sober kind of?
I can. I don't.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, it's not my favorite thing right now. I have been microdosing
Mushrooms.
in the morning. No, I put on 5 minutes of Dirty Jobs.
Oh.
And that just fills you with like enough rage for the rest of your day.
Microdosing.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that was good. I'm sorry. But I love that. That's very funny.
I thought it like 2 weeks ago. Okay. No, my real thing. I just found out my job has got a giant contract for Saudi Arabia, and I don't think I can quit. So I think I'm gonna start sabotaging my work.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. Do you have to go to Saudi Arabia? Do you think?
No. I'm just making parts for the Patriot missiles.
Oh, whoa.
And-
Okay.
Yeah. So they actually sent me to get solder certified last year, and I should know enough to know how to do a bad job. So I'm going to try to do that instead of quitting.
You're just going to do it until you get fired? Just waste money?
Yeah. I mean, hopefully I can do it so they'll pass the test, but then be shoddy enough that they won't laugh. But,
yeah.
Ooh, that is wild. Now I know why you wanted to be anonymous. This is an anonymous call right here. You know what I mean? Sometimes we get somebody that's like, I want to be anonymous, and then they're like, my girlfriend broke up with me because I eat too many peaches or something. And then like you're like, well, why'd you have to be anonymous for that? Like, what's the big deal?
Yeah.
This I would be anonymous for.
For sure.
I would.
Yeah.
I mean, you can also just waste time. You know what I mean?
Are you? Do you want to just? Are you going for unemployment?
That's what you got to.
Is that what you're gunning for?
Yeah. No. I think we're going to be sold by like the private equity firm that owns us in a year. I think that's where the cards are heading. But it's a pretty good job. I don't want to lose it.
Yeah.
So I think I don't know if anyone calling in has any good sabotage tips.
Yeah. Yeah. Call in with a sabotage tip or two. That's scary. That is scary. Yeah. Hey, we got to do what we got. You get the job, you got to do the job, I know the feeling. You got to live.
Someone else will do it.
Yeah. And you got to live. I understand it. I mean, like I say this sometimes, like when I did the cable shit, right? Like, I don't know if I've ever said this on the show, but when I used to do the cable shit when I was like a kid, when I was in my 20s, I would go into houses and it would be gross in there and like it would smell bad and these people would be like ignoring their children and like all this stuff. And I'd be like, I shouldn't be. I should be like, I'll fix your cable when you clean your fucking house and make your fucking kid a meal and change his diaper. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I ain't fixing it right now. I'm fucking leaving. You don't need it. You know, you're just going to sit here and yell at Fox News all day or MSNBC or something. You fucking change that kid's diaper. You know what I mean? But then I would just go in there and do it and leave. And I did it for 7 years. And you just see all different stages of neglect and stuff like that. So, like, I even know how you feel because, like, there were so many times where I was just like, the best thing I could do for the world is, like, not do this. But then somebody's just going to come in behind me and do it anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, good luck.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
You too. Have a good night.
Okay. You too. Bye.
Oh man, that's rough.
That's scary. I would be, back when I was working at Insight, they were a publicly traded company. And then, like 2 years after 9/11, after Fahrenheit 9/11 came out, they were like, "Hey guys, they took us private. We got bought by the Carlyle Group." And I was like, I just watched a fucking movie.
Yeah.
Like, most of it was about the Carlyle Group.
Yeah.
If you ask me, I don't want to do it.
Yeah. I don't know if this is the direction I want the company to go in.
You just get you just get there and you're like, what am I supposed to fucking do here?
Yeah.
Now I'm working for the Carlisle Group.
Yeah. I mean, I can't, I'm no better than anybody, but, making fucking missiles is just something.
That's a hard one.
I don't know if I could do that.
That would be a hard one.
Especially if it's switched up. I mean, if you're doing some sort of high level assembly, maybe you have to travel to find something else, but I have to imagine that you're doing something on a level that it is valuable somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Fucking sucks.
Well,
yeah, it sucks.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
but you could be the worst employee at the missile factory.
Yeah. I mean, that's better than almost not being the worst employee at the. You know what I'm saying? There's somebody calling in here. Well, how many we
got? A bunch of.
Oh, just take it. Let's go.
All right, next call.
Who are you?
Hey, I'm calling in from Eugene, Oregon, and we had a great time seeing you here last year.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
we liked it there.
Yeah, it's a funny town. There's some other funny business going on right now. And there's a group called Eugene Wake Up, which is a bunch of small business tyrants who are, talking about hiring a private security team to basically call the cops on the homeless population.
We have that here.
In the area.
We got that here.
Really?
Yeah.
What is there any, actions happening against it?
No.
Not that I know of.
No, I mean, what it is, it's a neighborhood association here. It's called the Short North, like a neighborhood association. And during the summer, they ride around on go-kart or golf carts, and they basically just go. So what happened was, there was this convenience store in the neighborhood that people were going and buying beer at. And the city closed it down. So it basically dispersed all of the homeless people that were hanging out there. But when they were hanging out there, they would come by on their bikes and they would just harass them until they walked away. They didn't call the police on them unless something happened, but they would harass them until they would, what are you doing? Where you got to be? What do you got to do? And stuff like that. And then just push them into downtown basically. I mean, they're really ineffective, I think, and they are scared of everybody. You know what I mean? But it is a disconcerting thing. I really hate it, man, because it's what are you supposed where are they supposed to go? Where is it that they're supposed to go?
Yeah, no, that's an important question. So this group, Eugene Wake Up, if you go to their Facebook page, you will see some violent comments. If anybody wants to go there and post whatever they feel like posting, the Eugene, homeless advocates would appreciate that. But they, some activists in town went to this one business where the dude that organized all these small business tyrants, and dropped a banner and took a megaphone into his business and told all of the people who were in there having their Saturday night din and disrupted things for a moment. But and then the Eugene Wake Up people just lost it, and I'm really enjoying watching that progress into more violent rhetoric from the Eugene Wake Up crew, and it just makes it more obvious. So anyways, I just wanted to share that news from Eugene, Oregon with you all.
I'm on their page. I'm looking at it.
Well, there was going around a few weeks ago, there was a private group on Facebook of a bunch of fucking creeps and weirdos that are vigilante justice people in the middle of the night that, go take pictures of people sleeping outside and report on their comings and going, and they're their own private task. Huh? What's that?
Because sleeping is criminal.
Yeah. And it's good to have these conversations because it's happening here too. we're seeing for the, it wasn't as common as I remember to have tents, have tent city areas of Columbus, but now
they hide them. We've always had them because
Sure.
I walk by them I've been walking by them since I've been walking, which was when I was in college.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like 20 years ago, 10 years ago. I feel like that the population has gone up. When we go out to the West Coast, this is an issue that everybody's talking about. People are putting up like, fascist signs about homelessness and about, I had a Lyft driver that was telling me in Seattle how they're not going to bust people for homelessness, and they're changing all these laws to make it so that you can live on the streets. And, we are all avoiding the conversation of like where these people are coming from and, what we can do to better, to not, because they're being excluded. More people are being excluded is what's happening, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of empty houses in the suburbs.
Yeah,
that you could like just give them, and that would be great. This Wake Up Eugene, this Eugene Wake Up site is like the worst because they have like a thing by Dr. Drew on here that says something about like, the only way to help the homeless is to make them better, and it's like, what are you gonna do? Like, what are you talking about? Make them better? Like, are you talking about get a job? Is this just a get a job article?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's something that we do need more people need to talk about, because there is really awful vigilante justice that's coming up in response to the housing crisis.
Mm-hmm.
And it's these
and then
fucking
they
weirdos.
Also, like, there's some really great organizations here, like Whitebird, and I mean, Whitebird, we wish it was more than it is, but for what they can do is great. And so this Eugene Wake Up group says that it's enabling to, do like a harm reduction, because we're just like giving handouts or like sustaining the problem. So what they want is for people to die on the street is the other solution, the extreme of what they're suggesting.
Absolutely.
But then at the same time, to like do a PR move, they're like, oh, but we go hand out food to like one of these places, and aren't we so great because we do this one thing while, So anyways, I'll leave it at that. And but mainly, any street fighters out there, go find this group. We need to refresh, put some good juices into those comments, because they're having too much space on that page.
If you see them walking around, give them a wedgie. Don't do anything violent. Wedgies aren't violence, actually.
And wedgies aren't violence.
No, I don't consider them violence.
Or just fart next to them. If I just made a fart joke on the radio.
We're playing Arnold Schwarzenegger sound clips on the radio, so hey, everything's off the books tonight.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Have a good night. We gotta get these
too,
calls. You get my message over there? Check
sure
the message. Check the chat.
That sounds like a song.
Check the chat.
Check the message.
The chat. My name is Brian, and I check the chat. Check the chat. Check the chat. My name is...
Nope, that is the problem. Most problems come from people not checking the chat. And it's like, they're like, I don't know what's going on. You're like, did you check the chat?
Yeah, check the motherfucking chat. Because so many people are like, I get too many messages in the chat. They don't like being in chats. Like, in the early days of chats, people would be like, oh, too many messages in the chat. And I'm like, well, you hate talking to people? Like,
yeah.
What is your
Fuck
fucking
up.
deal?
Start listening.
Yeah.
Open your ears and shut your lips.
Let's have a fucking conversation here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I fucking muted it.
All right.
I don't want to hear fucking people talking all day. Not my friends, people who like me. I don't want to fucking hear it.
You ready? Next one.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling Street Fight. Who we talking to tonight?
I heard y'all been talking shit.
Well, I've never talked shit.
It's Rachel.
Hi, Rachel. We mentioned her on the show this week. She sent us the email.
Yeah, I know. I heard.
The rude email about having shitty cars.
What?
Brett doesn't remember the shows after we record them. Like, Brett has no idea what we just did when we leave. So.
Sorry.
But, yeah. What's up, Rachel? How are you?
Yeah, that one wasn't even even mine either. It's like just a thing that a friend shared with me. Like, you'd think this is ridiculous, but apparently I was the first one to share it to Twitter, so I got, instant cloudy.
The email from work about how the car isn't up to the standards of the for the amount of salary that they get. I remember now.
Yeah, not even mine. I'm trying to track down who wrote it. If you're the person who wrote it and you're hearing this, please come find me. I want to bring you on my pod.
There is no way.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
In some ways, I want to do a fundraiser, but not to get them a new car. I want to buy a brand new engine for their old car, so that they get to start at zero.
Or get the interior of it completely updated, like Pit My Ride style, but then leave the outside as janky as possible.
Exactly. Bluetooth on the inside. Yeah. All resto mod under the hood.
All leather interior.
Yes.
Yeah.
Faux leather.
Brand new car, except for that it's equally ugly.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love Pimp My
Ride.
Ride.
It's been good.
Yeah? How's
it was a fun show.
Yeah, we're trying.
Yeah. Do you remember the Arnold Schwarzenegger soundboard? Did you ever get...
She can't hear the soundboard.
I know, but did you ever get pranked by Arnold Schwarzenegger soundboard in your day?
Once.
Once?
One time. And it was actually recently that somebody did this. So this was
it's back in
the
style.
last couple of years.
Yeah, me and Brett are spearheading the new Arnold Schwarzenegger sound clip thing. And what's going to happen is we're going to get addicted to the Arnold Schwarzenegger soundboard, and then next year in October, me and Felix are going to do Shocktober Street Fight Radio.
Yeah, these guys took their show off the rails.
These guys went way out and about, and just who's your daddy and what does he do? All kinds of stuff. We'll be playing clips of tonight.
I believe in you.
I know. I'll become
a little chaos agent.
We're shock jocks. We are sort of shock jocks. We just don't talk about sex or racism. Well, we talk about racism, but we're not racist. We do everything a shock jock could do if they were a lefty.
We're just shocking, not in the right way.
Yeah.
Fuck the flag and fuck the government stuff. That stuff, fuck the troops. That stuff is not acceptable.
Clear Channel's not going to hire us because we're the wrong kind of shock.
Yeah, if I say I hate Bud Light, that's not going to do well for my shock jock career.
You should be able to say that, though. I mean, that's not a big deal, right?
Yeah. Unless they're willing to pay.
You know what Rachel did?
Crank Yankers did.
Brett loves Crank Yankers.
We should cut that Crank Yankers thing out and just tell people that it was a drop we did on our show. We could get so many fucking ads.
I'm not doing a Crank
We can do ads. We'll do soundboards. We'll have to do 14 minutes of radio. It'll be the best.
That's true. I do like that idea.
We'll just get people to go to sand volleyball tournaments once a month at the local bar.
We'll go sit at a Checksmart with a prize wheel
and hand out
on a Friday night.
Lemon Bud Light coupons.
That's radio, though. That's
radio. That's successful radio.
That's the radio biz, baby.
I fucking disapprove.
Do you want to know something, though? If I'm being completely...
I'm morally judging you right now.
If I'm being completely honest...
Funny? My dog likes beer. We haven't given it to her in ages, but if you spill it, she loves lapping it up. She has only ever rejected a single beer, and it was Bud Light Lime.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one was tough to digest. I think everybody passed on that one. They were like, I could have done that the whole time myself, actually. Bars have limes. They've always had them.
True.
Yeah.
I don't need you get it all in the mix. It's good.
It's just ascorbic acid that's put into your beer instead.
I'll tell you the truth, dude. If I was a drinker, I'd buy it with the lime already in it because I don't want to dick around with limes.
I want I want a fresh lime wrapped in cellophane around the side of the can.
That's weird. But I want to say this because we were just talking about this. Who's your
daddy and what does he do?
Who is your daddy and what does he do? No, my first goal with Street Fight was for us to get on the fucking radio. But the thing was, we immediately started being offensive in the wrong ways the first time we fucking did it. And then it was what if we could get a job on the radio? And then I started thinking, I wouldn't mind getting a job on the radio. But the longer we did it, it was we will never get a job. Nobody would ever want us on their airwaves.
Yeah.
And now I'm probably making more than Loper and Randy. So I'm okay. I'm making more than some of the radio guys in town. So I'm okay with it. And I get to choose what I talk about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can be your authentic self.
Yeah,
we don't
it
have
rocks.
to hand out coupons to people.
Well, I would like to hand out some coupons, to
But
tell you the truth.
I
If we
remember
could get
that-
some coupons, I would hand them out. Maybe we'll get some of those entertainment books and just mail people 1 or 2 coupons.
Okay. Oh, just clip coupons out of it. You can buy coupons online.
Just providing the valuable service of clipping their coupons for them.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's mail people coupons. We'll give them to Katie. We'll give Katie a stack of coupons, and when she sends out the zines, she'll just put them in there. That would be so fucking funny to me if I got a zine. Like if somebody mailed me the zine and I opened it up and I got a zine and like 50 cents off a Ziploc box of Ziploc bags.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
That's money in the bank. That's extra money. That's
TGI Fridays frozen potato skins.
Bangkok shrimp.
They're slightly less expensive.
You know, I wanted to get.
But you still have to pay for them.
Yeah, I would love to get people some like plant-based meat coupons to get them to try it, for free.
I went to the store the other day and I wanted to get like a treat I like to get a sweet treat and a savory treat.
Okay.
Especially on the weekends. I don't do the savory treats during the week.
What's a savory treat?
Oh, just like a fucking. Well, I'll give you an example. I wanted to go and buy potato skins with the cheddar cheese on them.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
All of them have bacon on them. Every single one. My wife doesn't eat meat. I can't just buy a snack for just me, especially since generally what we do is lay around and smoke weed and watch fucking movies. So she's probably gonna want a snack too.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's a bummer. I'd like to see some. I'd like to see them like make them without bacon.
Broccoli and cheddar is the best substitute.
Yeah, right. Because okay, this is a deeply shameful quality, but I've never been that into bacon.
Oh, I am, but
and it's not even like I like the taste of bacon, but like if it's not cooked all the way, the texture of it super grosses me out. Like I need it to actually be crispy. So like I get all the things that have like the bacon mixed in it. It's like chewy, and I'm just like, oh god, I hate this, and it ruins it for me. But broccoli cheese would be like perfect because that's like one of my top tier like S-rank foods. I love it.
Yeah, there is a place.
Broccoli and cheese potato skins. Hell yes.
There's a place in town, Hound Dog's Pizza, that is not Ohio style pizza. They do triangle cut, and I think they're like from the 90s, the late 80s or 90s, but they're the campus spot that was used to be open 24 hours, and ever since
Still are.
No, they closed now. They changed
I went
their
there
hours.
like 3 a.m. when we got back from tour.
Yeah, they closed from like 4 to 10. They're closed for like 6 hours now.
Yeah, when we got back from tour, I went right there from the West Coast, so I was like, that's interesting.
But they have had broccoli broccoli cheddar skins like since the beginning, and that's why I love to order from them.
Well, I
love that.
I had one today actually. I'm on fake ass cheese though, because regular ass cheese is fucking me up. So, but I had a baked potato with broccoli and.
Oh, but that's just so gross.
It's not that.
The fake cheese.
Some of it is good. Not all of it is bad. You got to find
Give
one.
me some tips because like I've been trying and I keep finding the ones that like you melt them and they just turn into this like weird liquidy consistency.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't really. I wouldn't co-sign any of them to be honest. I mean, I think I'm doing a lot of. I'm giving them a lot of slack. The ones that I like.
Oh yeah, I guess if it's like the closest you can have.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because it is like it's
Yeah, okay.
it's. I mean, I'm sundowning with cheese. Like I think it's going to be dairy is kind of over for me at this time in my life. That's why I've been listening to Metallica a lot more. Actually, it's just because I have a mortgage and now I have
you can't eat cheese anymore.
Indigestion. Just realizing this shit is not.
God,
shit's not the same
telling
anymore.
Me truths about myself I don't want to hear.
I can't have a block of cheese for dinner anymore.
I mean, like
I can't drink it all anymore because every single time I can have like one drink and it gives me a migraine. It's just like I'm just fucking old. That's my life now.
Yeah, shit changes quick.
Yeah, it does. It really does
So
go
fast.
downhill.
I remember that, like I had really understood, like in my early 20s. How precious my time left was.
I remember even Brian. I think like when I remember. I think even before when Charlotte was born, maybe or right before that, I was like 29 or something, and Brian was 35, and he kept calling himself an old man. And I'm like, you're crazy. He's like, old man, you're 35 years old. You're not that old. And I'm 30. I'm about to turn 36 in 2 weeks, and I feel like an old ass man already. Like I feel like as old as James Hetfield sings.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I will say though, one nice thing about getting older, like I'm doing things I never would have done in my early 20s. Like I did a photo shoot today for this campaign we have coming up for Not Safe for Walks, where I'm like doing like a boudoir shoot, like a pinup girl kind of thing. And like it was awesome. It was super fun. Loved the experience. Probably going to do it again if this campaign goes well. But like early 20s me would not have had the balls to do that. Early 20s me would have been like, oh my God, what if my employer sees it? But, 30-year-old me realizes, oh, I'm fucking unemployable. It doesn't matter. I'm fine. I'm never getting a job anyway.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I wouldn't trade, the youth is nice, but the confidence I have now and like knowing who I am and what I can do and how I can move around the world. And, also being like, I can spend time on doing something fun that isn't just like partying with my friends. I can do weird projects that are outside of my comfort zone, and I really don't give a shit anymore. I don't have a fucking comfort zone anymore. I just do what I want now.
Yeah. Yeah. Self-actualization fucking owned.
For sure.
Well, I mean, the other thing about being older is like you get to watch like a lot of people, like young people, where they're like complaining about stuff, and you're like, I mean, it ain't gonna mean nothing. Like you live so long,
God.
you live so fucking, you don't understand how much like whatever this thing is that's happening. Like now that I'm old, it's like whatever this thing that's happening to me right now is like gonna go away eventually.
It's gonna be spring,
and you're just like, yeah.
Lauryn Hill said it.
My completely miserable, total misery right now is gonna like go away when it's warm outside.
Yeah, it's just. I mean,
by the way, let me just like repeat my petition. If you hate Ohio winters, move to Atlanta.
I'm gonna move to California. Actually, California is where I'm looking. It's never cold there.
But then you have to live with like California people.
I love California people. I love California.
I like poor California people. I don't like wealthy California people.
I love LA. I just get into LA.
Brian will get Botox. Brian will get fucking Botox.
You know what? I'm sure that Brian is going to be just so glorious.
Brian,
you guys want to hear something
Brian
funny?
with
You
big puffy lips. If you had those big like collagen fillers and you had really high cheekbones and your shit was just super tight.
So I saw this
run around looking like RuPaul.
I did see this viral video yesterday of this hairdresser in like LA or something. I don't know where the fuck it is, but like he like took people that are horseshoe bald and he like shaved it all bald, right, like around here, and then he was like putting glue on their head, and then he would glue this hair onto it.
I saw that. It looks so cool, and you can like keep it on for like
4 weeks,
2 months at a time, or something.
4 weeks,
huge amount of time. It's wild, yeah.
And I was like, I was like, I want to do this. I also want dreadlocks. I wonder if they can do dreadlocks.
No, you can't do that. Nope, you can't
like
do
Jonathan
that.
Davis. I want to look like Jonathan Davis.
You can't do that.
Can I get just long hair?
Don't do it. Every time white people get dreadlocks, it looks like Grinch fingers. Don't
Ever
do
seen
it.
Jonathan
He
Davis?
does look like E.T. motherfuckers.
What if I get...
Yeah, don't do it. There's no way to do that looks good, first of all. And second of all, like, it's a little disrespectful. It's like a tiny bit disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I guess
mostly
like...
it looks like Grinch fingies.
I mean, I do respect people's choices, but I can't
Jonathan Davis has them and they look good, and it's not all dreadlocks, it's just a few of them, and then long hair. If I fucking get hair, I'm getting fucking long hair, okay? Even if it's just feathery long hair.
Wavy long hair.
I don't want any...
Ooh, crunchy hair-sprayed long hair.
No. I've always wanted long hair all my life. All my life, from the day I was born.
You never had long hair?
Never in my life.
I got to do it once when I was young. It was the best to have hair touching my shoulders.
Yeah, I did have like a mullet, but like at that time, I didn't know how to fucking handle long hair. So I would get yelled at by my stepmom all the time. Like, there's fucking rats in your hair. Look at these fucking rats back here.
Yeah.
And then it got so thick. It was like fucking thick mullet. You know what I mean? And then finally they were like, I got to get rid of this thing. And they just cut it off and gave me a normal guy haircut. And then from then on, like, even when I could grow hair, I fucking shaved my head. I've always just shaved my head all my life. But for some reason, all my life, I've always been like, God damn, man, I'd like to look like Jason Momoa. That's the kind of hair I want.
That's
really.
good hair.
It's like some Jason Momoa.
That's good appropriation
He's
of hair.
so handsome. I would look so good with that amount of hair. If you're out there and you are good with Photoshop, please send me a picture of me with Jason Momoa hair.
Yeah, I love
like,
this.
If you're Jason Momoa, just please call me.
Well,
my
like, I just want to talk. I just want to talk.
I tried to talk to my wife because I can't figure. I think it goes against my nature to try to defy aging, but I think I have a workaround where I can get my whole head tattooed and then I can hide all of the receding hairline stuff. So that's when I want to get my head tattooed, but I don't know what it's.
You don't want to
be.
get a hat. You just don't want to buy a hat.
I don't want to buy hats all the time.
I know the feeling, dude. I don't want either, but you know what, man?
Two guys with hats and it's just like.
Just get like a permanently tattooed beanie.
Well, so here's something.
Well, they do have. You can get like microbladed hairlines now, so I could shave my head and then just fake the funk on the front.
Here's something I've been thinking lately. I just figured this out recently because I've been buying like all these hypebeast clothes, and like I now have like some hypebeast t-shirts, sweaters. I have these pants. And then I wear this hat all the time. And then I thought about it and I was like, but first I was like, oh, I'm like dressing like a teenager or whatever. And then I like thought about it a little bit. And then I was like, nah, it's more pathetic than that. I'm like actually Fred Durst. Like I just dress like Fred Durst. I'm a 41-year-old that dresses like Fred Durst. That's like my style.
Michael Che has 200 to 300 hoodies himself.
I just feel like I figured it out, like, because I was trying to find a guy like old that dresses like this to make myself feel better about not looking like a teenager. Like I didn't want to look like a teenager, but I
mean, like the thing is, teenagers don't look like that anymore.
Thank you. They suck ass. None of them are cool at all. That's something they make up in movies.
Like, they're cool in their own ways. No, what's weird actually is that teenagers now, like my sister, she just turned 18, and like now they basically just dress in like oversized t-shirts and booty shorts, and they don't give a shit. Like the trendiest thing you can do is just literally dress like you don't give a fuck at all. Like no distinct aesthetic, just like the most normie shit possible.
Yeah.
It's very sort of black pilled, which makes sense because that's like the defining quality of Gen Z is they're just totally black pilled. But it's just like they'll wear like a big hoodie or something. It's like nothing. Like
my teen went
they
to
don't
meet
have like that kind of like grungy aesthetic or like even like the weird scene aesthetic we had when I was a teen or like, you know, new metal.
Yeah,
like,
they're lazy and
like,
uncool.
None of it.
They have nothing. They're just doing normie core. They're just like, oh, I'll wear stuff from the mall, ironically, and it's like you're just wearing $10 clothes.
My teen went to meet a TikToker today. 3 TikTokers.
Oh,
today. Stood
wow.
in line for 3 hours.
Wow.
To stand next to and take a picture with the most handsome boy in the world. That's what my daughter told me. He is the most handsome boy in the world. Then she showed me a picture of him. He looks like all the other boys. He looks like, that's something I've learned about myself. It's like I look at these Zoomer boys and I'm like, every one of you looks the same. But that's because I live in a neighborhood where every one of them looks the same. So then my daughter last night is showing me all the SoundCloud rappers she goes to school with. Right?
How many?
It's like 4 of them.
Adorable.
4. There's like at least 4.
Are they getting play? Like,
oh hell no, they're terrible. So I can't say that. I will never say their names.
I find this so charming.
But so one of them wrote a diss track about another one of them. They're like writing diss tracks.
That's a good way to get heat.
So anyway, the only one.
Okay, look, I know you're not going to shame them on air, but please DM me this.
I can't do it. I can't. I will feel too bad. This one of these kids is so bad. I mean, it's insulting. But anyway, so he bought a beat recently though, so I listened to that and I was like, oh boy, he wasted his money. So anyway, like this kid, so she plays me like 3 different SoundCloud rappers from her school, right? And like 2 of them stunk real bad. And then the last one she played me, I was like, this kid's got talent. Like this kid can rap. And she was like, ugh. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, he's the weird fucking kid from school. And I was like, let me see a picture of him. The only thing that made him weird is that he wears a denim jacket without sleeves.
Oh, Hesher.
Yeah.
Style.
Yeah, that's all it was. He didn't look weird at all.
Like a battle jacket? Did it have patches on it?
It didn't I didn't see any it had it had studs on it up here on the top of on his shoulders. And she was just like, he's the fucking
a naked battle jacket?
He's a Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah, she was like, he's the fucking weirdest kid at our school. And I was like, he doesn't even fucking look weird. He looks like a punk kid. He looks like every one of my listeners.
Yeah.
It's like what he looks like. And I was just like, God, you kids are so fucking boring. Jesus. Because it is. It really is. It's like, I need sweatpants. I need Nike sweatpants. And I need a sweat. I bought my daughter fucking $115 pair of golf sweatpants. The Tyler Creator stuff. She's still never worn them. She's never even put them on. She's embarrassed to wear them.
What? Okay, no, that's wild. Like, it's one thing to wear them, but she didn't even wear them?
She hasn't put them on yet. She keeps saying, like, I'm saving them for a good day. And I'm like, you don't like the fucking pants. And here's the truth about the fucking pants. They're black and they say golf in different letters, like really small on the thing where the Adidas stuff is. But I think what she's worried about is some dipshit at her suburban stupid school not knowing that golf is better than Nike. You know what I mean? And so it's like all Nike shit and like just sports shirts. That's it. That's all they fucking like, dude. And it's like, could you athleisure, Lululemon sweatpants? You gotta have 2-3 pairs of Lululemon pants, the leggings, and then that's what they wear, dude. No jeans. My daughter's always yelling at me about jeans. Jeans is the worst thing in the world. I'm like, well, I quit wearing jeans too. I wear cargo pants now, so I can't like yell.
Oh, I haven't worn a pair of pants that have like a non-elastic waist in like months. I got a bunch of the jeggings that have elastic waists on them, and it's like, I don't wear fucking shit. Like, if it's got a zipper, I'm like, you better be paying me extra to put this on. Like, no. Elastic waist pants are everything. They're everything.
I'm cargo
They're a fucking
pants.
Revelation.
I currently have 6 pairs. I have 6 pairs of cargo pants right now, and then every time I buy a new one, Brett is like, "Why are you wearing cargo? Why are you buying another pair of cargo pants? How many pair of cargo
you're
pants you
investing
need?"
too hard in one type of pants. You got to be able to switch up the flow a little bit.
I fucking
went. Let me just suggest.
Basically,
perhaps you should expand into elastic waist cargo pants.
I can't. I can only wear cargo pants now. It's the only pants I can wear. Like
you expand your horizons into cargo pants, but elastic waist.
I have one pair of those too, because I have a bunch of different cargo pants.
You can't put nothing in the cargo pockets of an elastic waist pair of cargo pants. I'm sorry.
Well, that's why I carry a purse now.
You can't tie them tight enough.
That's why I carry this purse for the people watching. I carry a purse now, Carhartt purse.
Nice.
And it keeps all my stuff so it doesn't fall out of my pocket. And now I can, because you're right, dude. I do. If I was like a guy that bought stocks and stuff, I would be investing heavily right now in cargo pants.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I want. I'm only buying cargo pants. Buy low.
New life.
You know? But you're also totally right that at some point, I'm going to be like, cargo pants are fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have 8 pairs of cargo pants, and that's the only pants I'm going to have.
Yeah.
You know, which is where I'm at right now. I have a pair of cargo pants that are like the nylon kind.
You just write the day of the week in on the tag?
No, they're all different. They're all different.
You have 7, one for each day of the week. You just write the day on the tag.
Yeah, I like the green ones the most, but most of mine are black because I
Okay.
just buy the black ones. Got some fucking Carhartt ones. I got some NML ones. And like then every day now, all my ads on the internet, cargo pants. And then I'm like, I gotta fucking get these cargo pants on this ad. Like,
yeah,
I see
someone
the ad,
has better cargo pants than what you've got.
Yeah, every ad I see, I'm like, oh man, those are some fucking cargo pants.
Ripstop nylon?
Every one of them, dude. Everything I look at on the internet now is cargo pants. It's like if I fucking go to Twitter, Twitter is selling me cargo pants. Facebook sells me cargo pants. Every news story I read has 3 ads for cargo pants on it. And every time I click through and see how much they are.
Hey, these cargo pants were in your cart just 2 days ago.
Oh, I got one of those now.
Jump back in?
Yeah, I got the Western cargo pants. Have been in my cart for a while.
Western?
They've been trying to sell them to me.
What are Western cargo
They're
pants?
like brown, and they look like white pants that a bunch of sand got blown at them. Kind of. I like the look.
Okay, that sounds intriguing.
They're like Western style cargo pants.
From a dust up.
That sounds cool.
They look dusty, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'm just trying to be cool.
They look kind of like distressed.
Yes.
I mean,
distressed cargo pants.
Imagine some motherfucking cargo pants with cowboy boots. It sounds insane to me.
I know. I would never do it. I've been thinking about putting my Red Wings back on, though, with the cargo pants. I think people will think I'm a troop at that point. Like, this motherfucker's a flyboy here.
I do have the French troop boots is what I wear. That's my waterproof boot. And then when I wear them with the... with my cargo pants, I'm always like, oh, I feel like I'm doing a stolen valor right now.
Yeah, that's cool though when you do that. Well, see, I have very stylish boots.
Go ahead.
I just got my first pair of Doc Martens, and I'm so excited about them. Like, you know, it's like part of the like Antifa uniform or whatever, right? Like if you get involved in activism, you're like legally required to buy combat boots. But I finally got like bona fide, like Doc Marten mid-calf, like 14 eyelet boots, and I'm like in love with them. They're
That's great.
fucking revelation.
I only wear work boots.
They have this
these
like
days.
awesome embroidery up the side. They make me so happy.
I'm the work boots guy, man. I've always worn work boots because you know why I wear work boots? Because I used to wear them at work. And then when my job became podcaster, I was like, boy, I really love those boots I was wearing. There was like this period where I had to like be like off-ramped sort of from boots because I wore boots every day at the cable company. And then when I quit, I became a college student, but shoes felt too light to me at that time. And I was like, I can't wear these fucking shoes. They're super light. You know, I got to wear boots. So I went and bought boots. And then I wore boots for like a really long time. But now I buy, you know, the ones I buy that are work boots, if I went and had to get a real job, they would not let me wear those boots at work. They're just fashion. 100% purely, they're Red Wing Iron Rangers. And if you Google them, you'll be like, oof, those are some nice fucking boots. But you could never wear them to work.
I'll be Googling these.
Yeah, you got to Google Iron Rangers, Red Wing. They're the best looking boots you can get, but they're very expensive and also no job. No fucking job. Are you watching the Oscars?
No, fuck that.
I need to know what's happening.
I watched the DNC debate, and I didn't want to do that either. And that's it. That's my one.
Like, I kind of. So was it a bad one? Like, did it seem unfair?
Like, no, I mean, like, it's just I hate like the weird gamification of it now. You know, like, I feel like it would be so much better if they were just honest with themselves and started airing it on, like, ESPN and, like, had people commenting on it, like, within the appropriate venue. Because at this point, it's, like, that's how people are interacting with it. But, like, I don't know, it just, the whole thing feels so, like, fucking contrived, you know?
Yeah,
like, they're clearly trying to make it an entertainment thing and not, like, an actual, like, debate. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I like that a little bit because, you know, even when they didn't make them entertaining and when it was supposed to be informational, it was always just entertainment. I remember we were watching the ones in 2004. When my daughter was born, we were in a room. My wife was in labor, and we turned the debates on so we could watch the 2004 last debate before the election. I remember we were just sitting there hooting and hollering at the debate. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I can't believe he just said. Yeah. So I think they were always like that. And like, at some point, we sort of have to realize that the president is just an entertainer's job now. It doesn't feel like a job that fucking really good people get. Like, I hope Sanders wins the presidency. And I don't think he's like, but I do think that one of the reasons he's doing so well is because he's like a grumpy, take no shit, like old grandpa guy that seems grumpy, and people are like, oh, I love grumpy old guys. You know what I mean? People love their grumpy grandpa. They think it's like charming.
That's what most of the presidents have been.
Right. Well, my daughter, I asked Gwen.
Grumpy grandpas.
I asked Gwen, like, I was like, so are they talking about the primary at your school? And she's like, yeah, people are talking about, there's signs hanging up in the hall. I was like, who are they talking about voting for? And she goes, Bernie Sanders. And I was like, oh, really? Like, what is it that they like about Bernie Sanders? She was like, he's cute. You know what I mean? Like, they think he's cute. Like, as in cute, like the way you would say a
like
baby's
from like
cute.
Pixar.
Yeah, they just think he's cute. And I think it's cute.
He is a little.
He's not. I mean, he is. I see him as, the reason I like him is because I see him as exactly the type of grandpa I'm going to be. I'm going to be fucking 70 years old, and I'm going to be yelling at everybody about everything and not taking any shit. And that's the way I see him. He seems so like, I saw him walking into Ross Dress for Less the other day. He's just not a dude that like, he's just not a guy that takes a lot of shit. He doesn't seem to fuck around. I don't think it's like cute at all, but I guess like whatever's happening is working because teenagers look at him like he's like, he's like a cutie pie, I see him as a grumpy. The reason I like him is because I see him as grumpy. I love grumpy guys.
I was kind of predisposed to find him endearing anyway because, like, my grandfather was an old German Jew named Bernie. So, like, for me, like, the grandpa thing is, like, directly to my grandpa. Like, and they're very similar. Like, they have the same, like, kind of crotchety-ness to them. So I was biased to begin with.
Well,
I do find him cute.
Rachel, what is your podcast? So we got to get on a break here. So, and take more calls, but tell people where to find you.
Yeah, so I am Reach Rachel Kahn, and that's ReachRachelKahn.
I fucked your name up so bad, I spelled out every letter of it instead of saying it because I couldn't figure out what it was supposed to be.
I get it, because, like, it's where you reach me, but But, like, I get if you're, like, trying to read it on the fly. It's like, what the fuck is should be a Rachel, but there's an E in the wrong place. Like, I get it. But now we know.
Yeah. Well, thanks for calling, Rachel.
Where you reach me. And also, the podcast is Not Safe for Wonks at NSF Wonks on Twitter.
Cool. Thank you. Have a good night.
All right.
Thanks
Bye.
for calling.
Peace.
All right, we're going to take a break.
Is it break time?
Yeah, it's 10:45. We start about 9:15, so it's time to take a break.
Okay, makes sense. I could have waited.
Okay, well, I don't want to wait. I want to take a break.
No, I mean to use the restroom. I bailed there.
It's okay. We were having a good time. I mean,
Cargo pant talk.
Listen, I don't want more cargo pants.
I bet you have some soon.
I do have a lot that I'm scoping out, because I bought, so here's what I did. I bought the cargo work in progress, or the Carhartt work in progress cargo pants, which are not the worker Carhartt. No, those are for guys like me that are podcaster Carhartts.
Yes.
And I bought the
fancy man about town Carhartt.
And I love them. I love the Carhartt ones. So now I'm thinking like, maybe when I get paid, I'll buy one more pair of Carhartt ones. And then I'll have two pair of Carhartt, two pair of MNML. And then I'll have like the Pacific Somewhere ones. And then I'll have the tech cargo pants that I also have.
Okay.
And then I'm done. No more cargos.
Maybe hit up the thrift store and pick up just a couple pair to round out. Like,
I might go to
your quiver full of cargo pants.
I was gonna go to Cousins Army Navy. I walked by it the other day. And I was like, I should stop.
They got cargo pants there.
See what kind of
cargo pants.
Yeah. My wife will kill me if I keep buying cargo pants.
That's a hefty pant to watch. It's gonna your electric bill is gonna skyrocket, drying all of that extra fabric.
What's gonna happen in the summer?
Of those pockets.
What's gonna happen in the goddamn summer? Can I wear cargo pants during the summer?
Yeah, they're great. They're perfect for summer. You just put some suntan lotion, some Band-Aids.
Because I'm not doing cargo shorts.
You're not doing cargo shorts.
No, I can't do it because people look at me like I'm going to the Dublin Irish Festival all the time. You know what I mean? I'm already carrying a purse and stuff. It's just too much. Can't wear cargo shorts.
Okay.
I've moved all the way to the other side of the thing now, where I carry a purse. I wear the cargo.
Yeah, I mean,
nice
you have a lot of capacity. You have a lot of cubic inches to.
I don't put
for
anything in.
space.
I don't put anything in the cargo pants.
See, I got the cargo pants to get rid of my purse. Like, I can throw all of my like snacks and Band-Aids and wipes in my cargo pants, so I don't have to carry the purse. But you're just doing it for like a
the look of the cargo pant.
Sorry, go ahead.
And I'm going to tell you this right now. If you knew what was in my purse, you'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, I like, what's in your bag? Well, I'll tell you what's in my fucking bag. Let's just real quick. I'll go through my bag for everybody. I have all my cards, obviously, because that's what you keep in your bag, you know? I have my vape pen, which is Pax Era. And then I have this jar that I drink kratom out of. I keep a jar in there. I got nasal spray because I'm addicted to it again and will not be quitting anytime soon.
Okay.
I have this battery, which can charge my phone.
Okay.
I have this battery, which can charge my phone.
We're going to have to cut this clip out. We're going to do a hashtag EDC. We're going to do everyday carry.
I have some Jack Herrera that I carry.
Okay, a Pax AeroPod.
I have this thing so I can listen and charge at the same time.
Okay.
I have chapstick and a green crack pod too. So I'm just like, you know, I have two battery. Like, I'll never run out of battery.
And so you just like the pockets on your legs for like a Rob Liefeld type reason.
It's like aesthetic.
Like a 90s type of comic book hero with like pockets covering every inch of your body.
I like the way cargos look. When you wear stuff, when you put things in the knee pockets, they bang against your fucking knee, dude.
Yeah.
And they fall out of your pocket. If you put stuff in your pockets, they fall out all the time. That's what got me into the purse shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I started carrying a bag and shit around, because everything falls out of my pockets, and I'm not about to start wearing jeans again.
Okay.
Because I found myself so comfortable in the cargo lifestyle. Yeah. Let's get our break going on.
I didn't know we were going to do a fucking pants talk. We're talking about shod legs on Street Fight tonight.
Well, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do about shorts. If you're a listener,
are you going to transition to shorts?
I will in the summer. Of course I'll transition, but not cargo shorts. I don't want to look like I'm going to see Ford versus Ferrari every
day. The red camo cargo shorts, though, hit so hard. The red camo. Red, gray, and black.
I'll look into that then. Where do you hide in red camo? I know that's like a dad joke, but I'm a dad. So.
No, or get the orange yellow, like the firefighter, the orange yellow red shit too. That stuff fucking slaps. That's a good cousin Army Navy. Yeah, I'm
definitely not buying something yellow. You know that.
Never. It's a good camo. I'm anti-camo. I actually will refuse to wear camo, but I would love to see somebody else take up like snow camo or something.
I like real tree, man.
Fire camo.
I'm only real tree.
But you never killed nothing.
I don't need to.
You gotta kill something. You gotta shoot something with a gun to wear real tree.
Oh, really? I killed a duck one time when I worked at the cable company. I run it over. You know? That's a kill. I got one confirmed kill.
You are hiding in your truck wearing your real tree, and you're like, I'm about to run over that damn thing's neck.
Oh, a bird one time flew into my grill on my work truck, and then I got to work and I made my supervisor get it out of the grill because I was scared to touch it.
You were like, well, I guess the goddamn thing didn't see me. I had the real tree on when I was behind the wheel. So the fucking bird didn't see what was coming.
I wouldn't have worn... Here's the thing, I wouldn't have worn Realtree back then, and I was talking about this with you earlier in the week before when we weren't on the air, that like I found this shirt on StockX that I wanted that had a lightning bolt on the back of it. It was just a blue fucking lightning bolt. It's like the coolest fucking shit I ever saw. I bought it. I got on there, I fucking put my info in, and I was so fucking excited to get this shirt, because when I was in my 20s and my late teens, people were wearing those lightning shirts. You know what I'm talking about? Where they all had lightning all around, and then like
a whole bunch of Clydesdales running through the fucking prairie and shit.
Yeah. And like I used to look at them like, oh, those fucking shirts are cool, but I can't wear one because it's just that's not who I am. You know what I mean? At the time, I was not that kind of guy. You know?
Yeah. Well, because you got to wear a shirt like that, you got to be able to whoop someone's ass that says anything about it.
True. But those guys were all tough guys, you know, I guess. But I was like kind of I wasn't tough, but I had a lot of tough friends.
Okay.
You know? Let's go to break.
You couldn't harness the power of lightning. All right. Thanks for listening to Street Fight. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in a few minutes. We have for you today, what's the name of this damn group? They're called Bloodstone. You can find them at bloodstone666.bandcamp.com. Enjoy. They have the Hausu, if you know that movie from the 70s. They have that as their cover. It's pretty cool.
What a ridiculous picture, Jason. I posted it on Twitter.
Oh shit, who did that? Looks like Raven.
That's cool hair.
I know, right? That's cool. If you could rent that, it's like, what do you say? It's like 4 weeks that they
I told you about Simon Moon. I warned you that you're all doomed. She's saying her vows again. Remarry and Satan. Ditch again. Ditch again. Ditch again. Ditch again. Ditch again. Ditch again. We taught you about the elements. Poured a glass of melamine. Deleted from the local blogs. Me and Ma still loves our songs. Ditch again. Ditch again. Ditch again. Ditch again. Ditch again. Ditch again. All day long I stare at the tube and I can't stop thinking about ditching you. Ditch again. 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 I'm gonna tell you some places we all know. Some places Bloodstone likes to go. Are you ready?
We're ready.
Okay. Hamilton, Ohio.
Ditch again.
Lavone, IA.
Ditch again.
Hilton Head.
Ditch again.
But all our best friends are on the World Wide Web. Ditch again. 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 Ditch again.
Got it? Yep. All right. Welcome back to Street Fight Radio. Thanks for listening. This is a call-in show. We are full on the queue, so we don't need any more calls right now. 614-655-3887.
We might not get through the ones we got. Let's we're gonna have to kind of do lightning round if we want to get everybody in. So, you know, you got a point, you got to make it, and then we will we're gonna take these calls. I feel bad. I was just about to say, if you got a point, have a point.
Wrap
and get
it up.
there. And now I feel bad. So
Let's see. All right. Thanks for calling Street Fight. Who are we talking to tonight?
Hey, this is Jamie from Cafe Workers United.
Oh,
What's
cool.
up, Jamie?
Yeah,
How are
thanks
you?
for calling.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me on, guys.
So what's up? Cafe Workers United. What's going on with them?
This is
Yeah, so we're a new union based out of Philly. We work at this cake shop called the Cake Life Bake Shop. It's in Fishtown in Philly. And we're starting a union.
All
and
right.
this started with the that spreadsheet, that Google Doc that was going around with all the baristas talking about how much they made in Philadelphia, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that was a big moment for everyone who was working at Cake Life.
Okay. I didn't hear about this. So there was like a spreadsheet?
That was over last summer. Was it over the summer?
Yeah, last summer, a spreadsheet came out. Workers from all over the city, mostly from cafes, filled it out, like what they made, what benefits they got, stuff like that, just so, to sort of, clear the air so everyone could see what everyone makes. And,
Yeah, I mean,
get a good picture of like the fucked up situation.
Yeah, I mean, barista in this world, I mean, the way that I see it at least, barista is something people get into the Starbucks grind. They learn how to get behind the machine. They learn how to work in that environment, and then try to go to these smaller hometown mom and pops or artisanal or whatever it is places. But there is a lot of small business tyrants in there, so you're constantly moving jobs between a lot of precarious situations. So I feel like the spreadsheet was a way for everybody to kind of get an idea of what's going on in the industry, what's acceptable and what's not.
Yeah, absolutely. And, the situation it's pretty much the same. Some are a little better, some are a little worse in coffee shops around the city. But just looking at that spreadsheet gave, me and my coworkers just showed us that, we could move to another coffee shop. People say, if you don't like your job, just quit it. We could try another coffee shop, but it's going to be pretty much the same.
Right.
Pay-wise, no benefits. So we thought we might as well, try to take a stand at the place we work. It's what we know.
And you were able to get a pretty big win, as far as hourly wages go, because of that, right?
Yeah, a little bit. When the spreadsheet came out, the owners at Cake Life, they think of themselves as like progressives, and they noticed that they were sort of on the bottom end of that spreadsheet. So when the spreadsheet came out, they gave everyone in front of house a $1 raise. So the starting wage went from $9 an hour to $10 an hour.
Okay. Well, hey,
which is all right.
Yeah,
I mean, showed us that they were. Able to be pressured.
And it shows the power of sharing this information and organizing and having the staff know what everybody else is making and what the situations are at other places around town. It definitely puts the pressure on them, like you said, to be like, well, shit, we're at the bottom when it comes to cafes here in Philadelphia.
Right, exactly. So we've been meeting sort of with my coworkers, sort of talking about like what we wanted to do, what we could do, as workers to sort of change our situation. Not everyone was on board with unionizing at first. So we got some people from Philadelphia Workers for Dignity to come. And they gave us a presentation on like know your rights, like the legal protections we had, if we formed a union, if we didn't, all that stuff, what concerted action was, all that stuff.
And so how are the conversations going? I mean, it is probably hard to get everybody on board to unionize, but how's it going?
It's going all right. We announced right before Christmas. We announced our union. A group of us went up during the manager meeting. We asked to talk to the owners because they work upstairs. It's a small shop. We read her a letter, said we're unionizing.
Yeah.
We want to be able to bargain collectively. And we left. Apparently, after we left, she locked herself in the bathroom and cried. Said no, this isn't personal. We just this is a tool we have as workers. To bargain together. It's not an attack, but it's really been taken as an attack.
Wow. And so is she is there retaliation going on?
A little bit. So after we announced, the owners didn't talk to us. We announced. We asked them to voluntarily recognize us, but we said if they didn't voluntarily recognize us within 24 hours, we would go file with the NLRB, and ask for and they'd set up an election.
Okay.
So the next day we hadn't heard anything. We filed. And then we had an election on the 22nd of January.
Okay.
That's great. Yeah, I'm glad to hear. So I know you're doing a fundraiser as well to help with the campaign. Where would be the best way for people to help?
Yeah, so you can find us on Instagram. That's where we're most active, cafeworkers.united. The link to our fundraiser is in the bio. We're fundraising, sort of to build up our union's assets. Also, because the results of the election, even though we won, it was by slim margins, and there were a number of contested ballots. So the union argued that a number of the people who voted shouldn't have been able to vote, their supervisors, et cetera, and the owners argued that some of the people who voted were pro-union people were supervisors. So there's so that we have to go through a hearing with the NLRB, and so we've got a couple very friendly lawyers to help us out, and they're going to help us represent us. But there are legal costs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Associated with that.
Yeah. So
that's why we launched the fundraiser.
Find them on Instagram.
So and help them out, because this sounds great. A cafe union is, that's a big fucking deal. That's something we've been trying to people have been trying to unionize fast food places a lot, and this seems like a step in that direction. I know a cafe is not the same thing as a fast food restaurant, but when fast food people see what is possible, it's very possible that they could go in the same direction.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's happening in the Bay Area too. At a bakery called Tartine. The workers there are just announced their union. Full solidarity to them. They're off from the Tartine Union, ILWU, I want to say Local 6. They're killing it. Follow them on Instagram too. We're trying to spread this mess across the U.S., as you guys say.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, have a good evening and good luck with all this. Keep us posted.
Yeah. Peace.
All right, let's get the next one in here.
And you can find, if you go to chuffed.org and look for a cake life worth living, you can find the fundraiser there as well if you don't got Instagram.
Yeah.
All right, next on the queue. Thanks for calling Street Fight. Who are we talking to?
Hey, Street Fight, what's up?
What's up? How are you?
Jonathan. This is Jonathan out in L.A.
Hey.
Formerly of Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, lucky. You're living my dream life.
So, what I did want to say is that I have seen Diggstown.
Yeah,
and
see?
it is as good as advertised.
It rocks.
And I will tell you how I saw it. I saw it on one of the channels on the bottom dial of the television.
Like on the when TVs used to have the 2 dials and you would have to go to the bottom one that was UHF.
Extra channels.
Yeah.
Yes.
Deep channels.
So yeah, all of the networks were on the top dial, and then all of the random stuff was on the bottom dial.
Yeah, I wish my dad would have made me watch it, because it's really like a dad makes you watch it movie, you know?
Yeah, I saw it actually with, I was watching it with my brothers, and when that ending came up, we actually cheered.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a good movie.
Right?
It makes you yell and scream. It has an old, it just builds you up and takes you for a real ride.
Yeah, absolutely. It kind of gets dark, it kind of gets funny, and then it kind of all comes together at the end. We're not going to spoil it, but...
Yeah, no, it's a good movie. It's really fucking fun to watch. It's just one of those things that's
yeah, it's unique. It feels like something they can't do again.
Yeah. Well, I want them to make it now with Brad Pitt and Will Smith.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You get like a Brad Pitt as the James Woods. You get a Will Smith as the Louis Gossett Jr. You got yourself a nice little fucking movie there.
Makes sense.
Let's upgrade it so the money sounds like more money and stuff like that, you know? That would be a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm so glad. I'm going to watch The Great White Hype probably when I get home tonight, because that's another one of those movies I loved.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know, you've been talking, and I think you've mentioned this before, how you want to move to LA.
Yes, I do.
You know, I kind of, Brian, I kind of see you living in Hollywood.
That's where I want to live. I fucking spent a lot of time in West Hollywood, and I really liked it there.
Right, because you can walk there.
Yeah.
There's so many places, you know, you can't go walking, but that's like one of those places.
Yeah, that's where we spent most of our time, was in West Hollywood, and walked around, and that's where I sort of fell in love with it. That's where I was like, you know, I really like this place. I feel like there's so much going on, and again, always warm. So that's a real bonus to me, is always warm. Because I don't like seasons anymore. I think I hate them, actually.
I kind of miss them, but you know.
You miss being cold?
I want to go tubing real bad.
Oh, I mean, I don't have any desire to get snow all over me.
If you want to do rich people stuff, you can do skiing. Just like in LA, you can blow all your money on frivolous things right here in Ohio.
But I don't want to ski.
Okay.
Like, I'm not even like into that, you know? I'm into like being warm, really.
Okay.
And sunny, and palm trees, and that kind of stuff. I love that shit.
Okay.
I think it's so cool. But, you know, it ain't happening anytime soon. I got a fucking kid, you know? She doesn't want to go anywhere except for where we live. And I'm letting her run my life.
That's how it goes. Thanks for calling in. We appreciate it.
Yeah, have a good night.
Sure thing. Yeah, night.
Oh, it hit,
Dun,
I hit a fucking snooze call,
dun.
which is a weird thing.
What?
I had a different designation besides drop call. I don't know exactly what it did, but he hung up, so that's fine.
Let's get another one in there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, like, you got to have some contrast in life. I've accepted it.
I mean, I sort of feel like I can come back here anytime I want. If I'm making enough to move to LA, which I want to be making enough so I can live like I live here.
All right, so he's not getting there, folks.
It could happen. I could make money someday.
Okay.
But I want to
You're
live...
gonna do Bud Light commercials or something?
I don't know what I'm going to do, man. I mean,
Like,
hopefully I can
Bud
make
Light with
myself...
lime has drinkability, and then you try to drink a beer. Oh, we should do that. That would be a good video for you.
Yeah.
To do a beer commercial where you sip a beer and then are just like,
Well, I do like I drink kombucha now, which I feel
That's
tastes a
not a
little
beer.
bit like beer.
That's
it
not
does
beer.
taste a little bit like
You
it,
don't
though.
know nothing
It's
about
got like
beer.
a little beer flavor.
You sound like a vegan saying this cheese tastes like cheese.
But that's what it does taste like to me. But I'm not going anywhere anytime fucking soon. I just
someday
within the next 5 years, if I'm making good money, or in 5 years, if I'm making good money, I do want to move somewhere that's not 20 minutes from where I grew up, because I feel like I have only been. Well, I've been everywhere now. I've gone to like almost all the major cities.
They wrote a song about you.
Yeah.
I've been everywhere, man.
Before that, man, I've spent and I still do spend most of my life fucking 20 minutes away from where I grew up. Like, I never got to experience anything.
I gotta say, as someone that's moved away, wherever you go, there you are. And it's the same bad attitude that's inside of your head comes right with you to your new locale.
Sure. I mean, I guess. I don't know. I just I really like the place. I like it. I like the place, and like I feel like I have peers there and people that like me and want to hang out with me.
Yeah.
And
you could do like jackass videos.
I don't think I would do anything like that. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I got a wife and a kid. So like whatever happens is not up. Like nothing's up to me.
That's true.
Like my whole life is not up to me.
You're along for the ride.
Yeah. I don't make decisions. I just like I said, I've said this before, and it's just like, I don't know how to make friends, but I feel like I have friends there. I've had friends here too, but like, I just don't, I like have all this freedom now.
Okay.
I have so much freedom. I can do anything I want, anytime I want. My daughter's 15. I can do anything. And what I usually end up doing is sitting around my house by myself, or me and my wife just sitting at our houses alone. So like I could fucking do that anywhere, and then also not be depressed for fucking 6 months out of the year, maybe. I don't know. I'd probably still be depressed even.
Maybe
I don't have that. I don't know, but I do know that every year I'm worse during the winter.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's really fucking hard. It's hard for me. I don't know why I can't just accept it and say that's the way life is. I just can't. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just feel like,
I mean, once you got base layers, I feel like I stopped complaining. Once I had real wool socks and base layers, I kind of am like, I can take this thing on.
I know, but you can't like have a cookout.
You can't have a cookout.
You can't like go to fucking, during the summer, there's like a different fucking festival every weekend.
True.
You can go hang out at a fucking park and have a time and like stuff like that. You like can't do that during the winter.
We'll do
It's
some
all
winter
over.
hiking. We'll do some winter hiking.
Ugh. Well, I do winter hiking every day. I hike.
Real hiking with like treacherous paths.
Yeah. I'm not going anywhere.
Thanks
There's
for
nowhere I can go. I can't go. It's never going to happen.
Thanks for calling Street Fight. Who are we talking to?
Uh-oh.
A skeleton? No.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
We're here. You're on the air.
You're on the air. You're on Street Fight Radio.
Hello.
I
Sorry.
just
Thanks for
tried
calling
a few times there.
Yeah, thanks for calling Street
Really,
Fight.
we're trying hard. Yeah.
Who are we talking to?
Hey, what's up? Who's this?
Hey, yeah, we're calling in from like northern New York.
Sweet.
The first time like on the live show and also calling in, so I'm really excited about that.
All right, what's going on tonight?
Just I don't know. I'm real tired. I almost didn't get to call in, but I told myself like, I got real mad about like the Iowa caucuses and stuff, and I'm like, no, we gotta show up every day. Like tomorrow starts now, all that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So what's going on? I mean, still you're not mad about the caucus still, right?
I mean, I'm pretty mad about the caucuses because, like, there was that whole meme where they're like, they say be gay, do crime, but, like, then Pete Buttigieg happens, and it's like, oh, hell, what do we think now? Like, I got no idea.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but I don't think Pete Buttigieg is going to be the nominee. It's my guess. He just seems like a real dipshit to me. I read that thing he said the other day that sounded like something about like, I'll just say it, whatever, I'll guess it. Democracy is the root of the soul of our freedoms. Like, that's the kind of shit he's out there saying, and it's just like people, hopefully fucking people see through it. You know what I mean? But I mean, they loved Obama, and he kind of said the same stuff. So,
Yeah,
but,
I mean, to be real with it, like a big part of this is like I stayed up till like 5 a.m. like Monday night to get like the caucus results, and just nothing happened. So I just passed out and had to like go on with my Tuesday, and I was real, like that's where a lot of it comes from.
Yeah, I mean, I quit at I think 10:30. I was just like, this is fucked.
Yeah, wait
this
till
isn't
tomorrow.
happening. I'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah, I think I was following some of the live tweeting. Like, you guys got real mad at CNN, or at least Brian did.
Yeah. I mean, that CNN was really hard for me to watch, actually, because it just felt like I was in a different world. Like, I really felt like I don't think I know the world anymore when I watch CNN.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it wasn't anything about the people. I mean, obviously, most of the people that were on my team, that by all accounts, you know what I mean? Most of the people that went to the caucus were on my side because they won. But, like, when they would come back and have conversations, it was so wild to be like, this guy's in first place, but they're not, like, they're just completely like brushing over that to talk about who's in second place. And it's just,
absolutely.
You're just like, I mean, how is this even the news? You know what I mean? What is this? Yeah. But I haven't watched the news in years either, so I'm not super surprised about it.
Yeah, don't even get me started on that. It's like I'm trying to get into activism now, and like a lot of that is, you know, I'm in like this kind of region. It's like upstate New York. We're at like, you know, our community is like, we got like a sign in the middle of town. It's like Vermont that way, Canada that way. Like, we're way up in a fucking corner. So, you know, we got like all these working class guys, and it's like trying to do activism. I'm just struggling every week to like try to convince these guys that like have, you know, some kind of like class consciousness and stuff. And I just get home from like a weekend like arguing with my dad, where he's like, well, you know, I think billionaires, like, they earned a lot of that money. And I'm like, you literally, that's not possible. You have to like drop this at some point. Like, you're living an illusion.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it'll all, here's the thing. You just got to understand, like, you can, working hard for this stuff and doing what you can is important. I mean, you don't have all the control in the world when it comes to something like this, so you just have to like steel yourself for whatever the result is, you know. I had to do the same. I mean, I've never won anything. No person that I've ever like actually wanted to be the president, even when it was just as simple as John Kerry, like, won. So it's just like the world just keeps rolling. You hope you win. And if you don't win, there's more work to be done. It's just always more work to be done. Even if you win, it's not like everything's going to get better if he wins. Right. You know, there's going to be a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a lot of realism. You got to be like, it's not a sprint. Like, you know, I was telling a couple of my friends like a month or so ago that I was like, yeah, New Year's resolution, like, you know, it's time I got to start getting into activism. I got to start like doing some direct action and like all that sort of organizing and stuff. And they're like, oh, don't, you know, like, people were worrying about me. And I was like, no, I understand. Like, you know, I have to, like, keep a pace. Like, I can't just burn myself out. That's not doing good for anyone.
Yeah. You got your head on right. Well, have a good evening. Is there anything?
Wait, can I say one more thing, though?
Yes.
Yeah. So you guys were talking about movies earlier. You're saying, like, Jojo Rabbit. Like, I think I got an idea, like, what you're feeling about that sort of thing.
Really?
You know?
Really?
Yeah, because it's like, you know, it's like I watch a lot of movies with like one of my family members, and like they're way more radical than me. So, you know, a lot of people have like that. A lot of people I saw in chat earlier, like they had that kind of reaction that like they saw the trailer for that movie and they're like, oh, hell no, like no way, not touching this. Mm-hmm. And it's one of those things, like I saw a trailer for Jojo Rabbit and I thought like, man, this is going to be fucking stupid. I'm going to be really happy with it. It's going to be stupid and it'll just be fun. But like, I get that like a lot of what people have against that movie is the sort of thing that it's like, you know, even if like we're showing Nazis like being fucking idiots and stuff like that, it's still kind of like normalizing it to an extent, you know. It's like there was like a drama a couple years ago or something like that where someone was trying to make a point someone was trying to make a point about like we shouldn't normalize Nazis in media, but like they did it in like a wrong way. People got mad at them and stuff. But that's definitely a sort of thing that it's like if we do like a lot of satire with, if we do satire with like Nazis and like groups that like we definitely shouldn't be normalizing and stuff like that. Like even when you do satire, it's hard to like make those people not relatable. It's hard to like maintain distance with a group when you're doing satire.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm about to turn 36, and I was doing like Hitler jokes 20 years ago on the internet, and like I have heard so much Hitler stuff in my life that I couldn't imagine something would sweep me off my feet that could be interesting or worth any minutes of my life. That's where I'm on that. Is I don't care what it says. People enjoy that stuff. I've accept that, the people that I want to be on my side, the people that I want to be street fighters and that I want to radicalize, they like fucking Rick and Morty, and they like Deadpool, and they like Jojo Rabbit shit. Like they think that Crazy Hitler is just a hilarious concept and someone has to do it. Personally, I just don't and would never. I just can't invest my time in any sort of in that at all. I don't want to be involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bummer to me. I don't even fucking know why. Like I said, I usually am like very hard to unnerve in a way, but as I watched it, I was just like, I don't know, man. Yeah. I don't like this. Like, I don't know why. Yeah, I guess for me it was like, why would you make them?
Why bother?
Why would you make this?
I mean, I guess people have to do it. Someone has to be doing that, or else white people don't think that like life is being fulfilled unless the most offensive thing that can be said is being done.
Well, it's not done. I will say this. I don't feel like it's done to be offensive. I don't feel like he was trying to like push an envelope. That's what's so
fun about it, is that it's like, oh, you're not supposed to do Hitler like this. That's all it comes is this cheeky monkey shit that they do.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm being naughty. It's like Ricky Gervais atheism shit to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like one of those cat comedy bits where they're like, oh, well, we have to be able to joke about everything because then when we joke about things, that means they can't hurt us anymore. But it's like Nazis exist and they will hurt you. That's kind of undermining the point. You're not making a strong case here.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we got a bunch of calls to get to. Thanks for calling.
Good luck with the queue.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
Hey, I want to say this. Very excited about this. I don't know why I would ever be excited about this, but Parasite just won the Best Picture Oscar, which is neat. Like a Hong Kong movie.
Yeah. And all those people that screamed online about how they would never do it because they're too racist, are they going to apologize?
No. They're going to say, oh, they did it because we screamed online about how they were too racist.
Sure, they feel like they won the battle.
Well, I don't think it's even racism. It's just that, like, a lot of people just don't like subtitles, dude. It's not
for sure.
That's not a fake thing, That's
no,
people,
I don't think it's...
people like are like I don't want to watch anything ever that has subtitles, and I was like that for a really long time, and then I saw a few cool things and was like, oh, well, okay,
yeah, I can read and watch a movie, I guess.
It's not that hard, really.
Yeah. All right, we got a couple more. We only got a few more to go. I think we're making good time, actually.
Okay, well, we have 45 minutes left. So I think we can do this. I think we tore through these things. Parasite, man, that's really cool. I really like that guy that made that, and I like the message of that movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I will watch it in probably
10 years.
2 to 3 years once it's cooled down and there isn't a lot of cocktail conversations about it.
Yeah, what's up? Who do we got on the line?
Hey, what's up, guys? How are you?
Oh,
this is David from Tucson.
Pretty good. How's it going in Tucson? Tuscan.
Tuscan, yeah, it's going pretty well.
Actually,
I won't take up too much time. It's my first.
Sorry.
Tuscan, there we go. Yeah, Tuscan.
Yeah.
Tuscan AZ. I won't take up too much time. I know you guys are trying to get through them. I was actually going to hang out because I don't want to get you guys to have too much of a queue. But then I heard about the Cafe United, and I was a barista, and also I have Jason Momoa hair. So I took that as 2 signs that I should stay on and just do my call real quick.
Yeah. Good Lord. Yeah.
What do you get?
You're so lucky with the Jason Momoa hair.
I know. What do you get? Do you flip your hair and get like extra pores at the bar and shit?
No, what I do is my wife showed me this thing called the curly girl method. And it's where you just use like conditioner, and that's what I've been doing. It's working pretty well.
Oh. Just conditioner?
Well, you use conditioner, and then you use like this other product that's for like enhancing the curls or whatever, and then you use gel, and then you let it bake. It's like I have like a do-rag on right now. It's not really a do-rag. It's like a shirt, but it looks like a do-rag.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
So you are living
that's how that works.
you're living the beautiful hair life. And see, this is why Brian doesn't have the time to maintain something like this. I don't think Brian could be a curly girl.
Come on.
Yeah, it took a while. You can do it. You have to get through the awkward phase where your hair is kind of long but not really long.
Yeah.
That's like 6 months. Six
That's
months to
tough.
a year.
That Skeet Ulrich phase, or like the
Yeah.
Christian Slater. Like you gotta do something from the '90s, wear a hat.
Yeah, and you got to pretend like you're bringing it back, but you're really just waiting until it gets longer. Yeah,
you're just
exactly.
trying to get this shit to get to ponytail length.
I just don't think.
Yeah,
I mean, I
exactly.
know I can't grow hair, but I also. One of the things that I've always done for myself is like, even when I was a kid, I was like, you can't grow long hair. So then it's like, you're never going to think you're going to have it, kind of thing, you know? And I wouldn't take, can I say something? I don't know how to brush my hair at all. I have I have never brushed my hair. Just never. So it seems like I don't even deserve hair.
Yeah.
You know?
I hate brushing my hair because when I do it, I don't do it anymore because the curly girl thing says don't do that. But when I did do it, all the hair would come out, and I was afraid I was going bald every time. Like when you brush your hair, so much hair comes out. I feel like I'm losing it all.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean,
Yeah,
that's like gold that's coming out the top of your head. You don't want to lose that.
Yeah, I'm 31 now, so I know it's going to go away eventually. But yeah, I got to hold on to it while I got it.
Yeah, hold on to it. You're lucky. You're very lucky.
Yeah.
I was calling because, well, first of all, I wanted to say, because you guys mentioned it, it's awesome that Parasite won. I love that movie. I thought that was a really, really good movie, so I'm glad that it actually won. I'm not one of those people that screamed online about Hollywood being racist, but I'm happy that it won. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I wasn't impugning everybody. I just saw so many folks that were like saying it's an absolute impossibility. And I thought it already happened. I thought the Oscars had already happened. I had no idea when they were happening.
Yeah, I'm not watching them. I don't really like to watch them, but it's cool that it won. I was calling because I was listening to your guys' episode about Brian. You had the hierarchy of team jobs.
I did, yep.
Yeah. When I was 18, I worked at Blockbuster, which I think was like near the top of yours.
Yeah,
And, that job.
It's one of the
tight
tops.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah, that job, and I love that job. It was just literally standing around talking about movies all day. It was awesome. And even like the menial tasks, like the alphabetizing the returns and putting them back on the shelf, I like that a lot too, because I'm like, I don't know, I'm really like, I'm not being ableist. I actually have like some OCD like tendencies, so like that was like really cool. I like that part. And just talking about movies all day was awesome.
Seeing who's what in what movie, just seeing something like an old fucking National Lampoon movie that Ben Affleck was in, and you're like, I can't believe this fucking exists.
Or like even like, you know what would even also be good about it? You see who's renting what. You know what I mean? You can really build up like a fucking dossier in your head if you know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you're always like, oh, here comes the fucking freaky weirdo that rents the same movie every weekend. You know.
Yeah,
My daughter.
I mean, it's hard. Go ahead.
My daughter was like, you guys used to like go to a store to get your movies. Like, was that cool? Did you like that? And I was like, how much? She was like, how much was it? Was it like really expensive? And I was like, it's the same exact thing we have now.
Yeah.
Except for we can just get, sometimes you couldn't get the movie, but even near the end there, they guaranteed it would be in if it was a big blockbuster movie. So you could get it. It cost roughly the same amount of money now as it did then.
I'm saying inflation, I guess it's cheaper actually. Cause it was like $3.99, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like the video on demand is like so much more expensive now than Blockbuster was.
Yeah, but with inflation, it's
like
probably
it's like
totally
$7
good.
for a 24-hour run. What's that?
$5.99. I pay $5.99 for most new releases.
Yeah,
and I pay for 48 hours, and I pay $3.99 for. We watched Superbad this weekend. I paid $3.99 for that.
You know what, man? You know
that's pretty good.
Fucking pissing me off more than anything is that you and your brother have a Switch, and you bought the digital copy of Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah.
And I can't fucking borrow it from you. And like Erica wants to try it, and I'm not going to spend $60 on it. And there's no place to rent it. GameFly is like you're paying out the nose to do that. You might as well buy a game instead.
I'm Digital Brian though.
But you can't. I can't borrow it.
I know. I'm playing Celeste right now.
Oh, my friends get so mad at me for that because there's so many sales for digital stuff. I play PS4 and I have a Switch too, but the sales for digital are insane. Like it's always like just randomly this $60 game is $15 digital. So yeah, it's hard to turn that stuff down.
Makes sense.
Well, and I pick my movies at 3:30 in the morning, which is when I play my game.
Yeah.
So I'll be playing a game, and I'll be like, I don't like this game. I'm gonna get something else.
Yeah.
So I got Celeste the other day. I'm really enjoying that game. I highly recommend Celeste if I can. It's an indie game.
Oh, I've heard Celeste is really good.
Yeah, it's hard.
I've heard Celeste is awesome. Yeah.
Fuck, it's so hard, but it's so fun.
Listen to the new episode of Crank Anchors where we do Celeste customer service.
Yes, yes. But yeah. I mean, like, I think like I wanted to work at Blockbuster, but there's like a few impediments to that for me. One, you had to like dress nice and be kind of hot to work at Blockbuster. I think they really cared about that. I really believe that because they were never going to hire me because I didn't dress nice.
They were a clean shaven place. I remember I couldn't get a job there because I had sideburns, and I was like, nope, I'm not cutting. I'm cutting the chops off for this fucking piece of shit place.
Not for a minimum wage job, but if you're gonna have to have a minimum wage job, I think the thing about teen jobs, right? The thing when we're talking about teen jobs, we're talking like the best teen jobs you can get because you know you don't have super amount of choices. You're looking for something where you don't get food all over you.
Yeah.
So if you can get
perks.
Yeah, if you can get a job where it doesn't have food all over you, that is like a top level job. If you can get a job where you're not outside sweating, like a lot of people said landscaper. What do you think about landscaper? Well, I had some thoughts about landscaper. I was like, well, you know, I think it seems like it sucks to do, but those people also got paid more than I did at like McDonald's.
Well, it depends what, I mean, if you do the math on it though, you got to eat a bologna and chip sandwich and you only got 14 minutes to woof it down on a fucking 13-hour day.
Yeah.
Landscaping has never been easy. Yeah. It's always like you want to fall over and die and somebody there in charge is like, we still got 2 hours of work to do. And you're like, what the fuck?
That's what it is. When you get a job like that, like, and you have just some fucking like foreman type guy, because that was what it was with roofing. It was like, you get off when the foreman decides you're off.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes the foreman wants to work till 7. You know, and you're just like, when are we leaving? He's like, as soon as we get this done. And then you get it done. He's like, I might as well do this. And then you're like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, I'm
trying to go home.
Yeah.
You know, you made me come in at fucking 6.
I always thought the benefit of those jobs would be like you could stay physically like in shape, but yeah, by the time you're done, you're too exhausted to do anything.
But being ripped is nice. I mean, Alex from Minion Death Cult has got the UPS bod, which I think is working well for him. And when I worked at Abercrombie too, like lifting boxes all day was like very beneficial to me. And now like I have to like I just have to like do fake fucking exercise shit in my house. You know, I should just get a real job where I actually do physical effort instead.
Yeah. I'm a teacher now, but I'll have to call back again because I worked at Starbucks for 10 years and I have like so many stories.
Yeah.
But I went from like walking around all day, like rushing around, making drinks, helping people, to now I'm just kind of, if I'm not standing in front of the room, or going around the room at my desk, you know, so I have to kind of get back on it. But the reason I brought Blockbuster initially was because I worked there when Netflix first came out, when it was like just the DVDs in the mail.
Yeah.
And our manager had a meeting about it because there were a lot of customers asking about Netflix because it was like a really good deal back then. It was like a couple bucks or whatever. It was more than a couple bucks a month, but it was a good deal. And our manager, I remember her telling us back then, it was really funny, like looking back now, that she's like, just tell them that we're Blockbuster. Like, they come here do they really want to wait for their movies in the mail? No, they want to come to Blockbuster.
Well,
now it's just kind of funny.
You guys do know that, like, the reason Blockbuster went out, the Blockbuster had a chance to buy Netflix, and they said, "Fuck it, we're just gonna do our own Netflix," you know, and that's why they went out of business.
I worked there when Netflix tried to get bought. It was Netflix who said, "Hey, will you buy us, please?" Like they tried to get bought. And Blockbuster's like, no, we're good. Like, we'll just do our own thing. We'll run you out of business the old-fashioned way. And then it worked out the other way around.
That's hilarious that like they didn't even come up with like, well, Netflix, you have to wait for it to go through the mail. You don't come here and have the great selection. They're literally just like, ma'am, you're in a Blockbuster. Okay,
That's what it
that
was.
means something.
It was so funny.
I don't know whether you realize it or not, but we're serious about movies here. We're not some fly by night that just mails you a fucking disc.
That's true too.
We have snacks.
That's exactly how she said it. That's exactly how she said it. Like, she was like indignant about it.
Right. It's like the bank. They fucking thought they were the fucking bank. You know what I mean? Like, the bank's never going away.
Yeah.
There's always going to be the fucking bank. Well, guess what?
Right.
Anything can happen.
This bank crashed.
Well, what? I mean, there are so many things. It is really funny to think about because, like, there's businesses running now that are like just the whole thing's gonna go away from some technological advance. You know what I mean? You
Or
think
no,
about-
even Vampire Capitalists. Talk about Sears or Toys R Us or whatever it is. Like, just you just something that seems like, well, we always need to have toy stores, and it's like, well, not if it's a good financial decision to bankrupt the toy stores, we won't have them actually.
Yeah, yeah. Or like Walmart has taken like a huge hit from Amazon because people are just like, fuck it, they'll just bring it to my house. Like they really fucking underestimated like a place like Blockbuster. They overestimated how much we liked going there. Yes.
Yeah, they did.
When we went there, it was not the worst time. It was better than going to write a payday advance.
But they were right, is that we're going to miss it later on.
I don't miss it at all.
You didn't like hemming and hawing in the aisles?
No.
Oh, see, I for my family, like, we were kind of poor, so like going to Blockbuster was like a big night for us. So like I did have those like family, quote unquote, family nights at Blockbuster where it was like a happy occasion. But like they didn't count but like it's just so much more convenient now. I can just turn on something at home and not have to go anywhere. Like, it's just that you can't beat that, at least not right now, you know?
Yeah, it would be nice if there was some sort of streaming service where you could actually buy any movie that you want, because there are certain like films and stuff that you can't get access to at all on like anywhere unless you like pirate them or get them from the library. I use the library. That's where I get my movies at.
Yeah, libraries good. We have a bar. We have a place in town called Casa Video, and they have like this crazy selection. And the reason they've managed to stay afloat is that they turned half the building into this like craft beer place.
Smart.
And it's like one of the most happening spots in town. Like, it's really cool.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Get a beer, find a movie. I do.
Yeah.
When I go to the library to pick stuff up, like, you can just order it online, but they do have a lot there, and I like to just fish through there and grab one that just piques my interest. You know, just look at the box and be like, I'm gonna watch this. I don't give a shit what Rotten Tomatoes says or anything else. I want to fucking watch this movie.
That is a good point, because like for me it does, but Blockbuster was one of the main culprits
They
of this
shut 'em out.
too.
Yeah.
But like it does feel like when there were video stores, we were a lot more willing to watch a junky ass movie and find it good. And now I watched this movie growing up like fucking 200 times with my friends, called Far Out Man. And it had Tommy Chong in it, and he played like a hippie that got stoned, and we only got it because it said weed. It looked like it was about weed, and it was a comedy, but we fucking loved that movie growing up. And I will never...
I saw that a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, there was a Video Central was in Columbus for a long time, and it was 24 hours, and they would have wild ass anime stuff that you couldn't get anywhere else. They would have just a back catalog of movies that didn't get thrown away, that same like the way that Blockbuster was just, you know, buying 90 fucking Lord of the Ring double tapes and then throwing them away, you know, a month later.
And towards the end of Blockbuster, I still had some friends that worked there until the end of the end. And like towards the end, they were having to go to like, there was a Target nearby and buy the movies from the Target before they opened, because they couldn't get the same deals they're getting from their distributor.
What?
They had to go to another place. Yeah, they had to go to Target and buy like 120 copies of the new movie that came out that day and get them into Blockbuster real quick. Yeah, it was bad.
That would be illegal. Like, if they found out that, like, this did happen. My dad had a friend at work that bought every new movie when it came out, and then he would charge people $1 to rent them
Motherfucker.
at work.
What an asshole.
And he had like one of those little floppy disks that had a spreadsheet on it with all the movies you could rent from him.
Wow, hell, ledger, wow.
Yeah, he kept it down.
That's crazy.
He knew where all his movies were at. But they would throw him in jail. I can't believe Blockbuster had a manager sneaking over there to buy new fucking copies of Harry Potter or whatever it was.
Well, over at West Coast Video, they did this was like a really big deal, right? Like this was the first time they ever did this. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Guaranteed to be in. This is the first time I ever see this, right? It's like the week before it comes out, we go to rent movies, and it's like, next
it's gonna be there.
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves is gonna fucking be here. If we gotta buy 2 fucking rows of just Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and they did it.
Yeah.
To their credit, they pulled it off. But then that became an expectation after that everywhere.
And that's weird to have. It is weird the way that the media changed, because when I was a kid, we went to this just old place that somebody that had a collection of tapes rented them to us, and they eventually got shut out for these bigger spots. And then they would just turn the whole wall into Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Yeah. They did that at all of them, though. They did that after that happened at West Coast. It was West Coast Video. I'll never forget this. After it happened there, they then started to do it at Blockbuster after a while. And it was like, it's just the big Blockbuster movie. It would be like if fucking the whole new release section would just be Marvel movies.
Yeah.
It would just be a whole wall of whatever the last Marvel movie was.
And there would be a giant Iron Man flying across the shelves.
It takes up so much fucking space. It was we really needed to get out of that if we could.
Yeah.
Like, it was good for the environment. Now they do have Family Video, and I do know people that go to Family Video. I don't have a DVD player.
I just moved next to one and they shut down.
Yeah.
I was going to go buy some CBD oil.
Yeah, they sell CBD there and stuff. So they're just like, whatever we can do to make some money. But like, I don't even have a DVD player anymore. So I can't even go to the Red Box or whatever. My DVD player was the PlayStation 4. I brought it here so we could use it here. I can't even watch a DVD, which I don't want to. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There's no DVDs I'm like trying to watch.
There's some movies on DVD that you can't get anywhere else.
Blockbuster was the one that started to tighten like the movies that you had access to. And now that it's digital, like you would think you have access to tons of movies, but in fact, it's not. There's
a lot of shit that has just been shaken off.
Yeah, because or like when you're like, okay, so I'm doing the EFIS podcast, their Enter Sandman series, and I had to watch The Wedding Singer for it. And I fucking had to buy that movie for $12.99 because there was nowhere renting it.
Yeah.
Which is like, get the fuck out. Like, why is The Wedding Singer not available?
Yeah.
If there was a Blockbuster, I could fucking walk in there and rent The Wedding Singer because they would have it.
Yeah.
You
We
know?
were back on cable, it would have been playing every 2 hours on Comedy Central.
I know, but I paid $12.99 and now I own the fucking movie. I'll never watch that fucking movie again, you know? And I know all the listeners out there are like, piracy, Brian, piracy. Too fucking lazy. I'm way too fucking lazy. I tried to pirate The Wedding Singer. I started it on a streaming page, and I had it, and it's streaming, locks up every 2 seconds. It had to buffer, and I just fucking closed it out and said, I'm just buying the fucking thing.
Yeah.
And I bought it, and I fucking watched it.
They won.
Yeah.
I've heard kids don't know how to pirate these days, even.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my daughter doesn't have to. She doesn't even have to think about pirating, and that really bums me out a little bit, you know? But also, like... they fuck your computer up anyway. Like that stuff always, my computer, like I had to reload my computer recently because my pirating days, you know? So I'm done pirating.
And pirating today, like back when it was like really fun to like hot to do, it was kind of more like certain that you'd get what you were looking for. Now today it's more of a crapshoot. Like it could be what I want, or it could be a video, a camera, a guy with his phone filming it from the seat. I don't want that. I want the real deal.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like physical media though at all. Like that's one of the things That's one of the things I have really been able to lean into technologically. Like, I fucking hate physical media. I hate things. I don't want a thing. I just want the experience. All a movie is to me is a thing going into my brain.
Yeah.
That's what I think of it as. It's just a thing going into my brain. I don't need a thing in my hand to prove that I saw a movie, right? It's not even to prove, but I'm not going to probably watch it again. How many movies do you watch again? You know? Like, I mean, look, this year I watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood twice. And I think that's it. That's the only movie I watched twice this year. I only watched it twice because my wife was like, oh, we can watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I like that. And so we watched it, you know? But that's the only other the only thing I did twice, even. I didn't even watch Parasite twice.
Me and my wife, the only we've been talking about watching The Irishman again, but yeah, other than that, I haven't seen a movie twice this year. I don't think, or in the past 6 months or whatever.
Yeah,
people love these fucking movies.
Yeah, dude, it's a normal human
movies.
behavior to like to commiserate around certain pop cultural things and like talk about them and
weird,
like just chat about like what they're putting in their brains.
Yeah,
it's a very normal thing that has been happening for a very long time.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not as dangerous as it once was. Like,
I don't think of it as dangerous, though. I think of it as like,
I mean, it's not as
movies.
it's just not as thought provoking, or like it doesn't push the boundaries. Quentin Tarantino isn't pushing the boundaries anymore. To me,
I mean, I don't necessarily need somebody to push boundaries. I mean, sometimes you just watch a movie, you know?
Sure.
Sometimes it's just a movie.
Yeah.
I don't think the
That's
guy
why I
puts
think
out
it
the
should.
best movie of the year every time he makes a movie.
And I also think, like, especially with him, I don't think that he is even like, I think he's shooting for something like entertaining, like show businessy. I don't think he's going for like First Reformed, which is another one of those movies I was like, I'm never going to see that movie. Or Doubt. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's what he's going for. I think he's going for something entertaining. And I identify with that because that's sort of like what I'm doing too. Like, I just want to do something entertaining. You know?
Yeah, he's kind of like an entertainment auteur. Like he's like his movies are pure entertainment, and that's what kind of makes them really fun to watch.
Yeah, I think that's I think you got a good point there. We got to get these last couple calls out, but hey, you can stay on the line then. If you want.
What's that?
Nothing. But have a good evening.
Yeah, you can I plug my Twitter real quick? I'm sorry. Can I just say it real quick?
Not a problem. Absolutely.
My Twitter is green left arrow. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for calling. That was really fun. Thank you.
Peace.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. What a night. Now, foreign language movie won an award in America. That's
it's great.
I mean, it's straight up like a movie about class war, which is funny because somebody was like really happy about it. Like they were like, "Oh my God, can you believe this? There's a movie about class war," and the whole audience is clapping at the Academy Awards, and I was like, I don't think that's as positive as you think it is.
But the show has
you know what I
ended.
mean? Like, I think that like that just shows what happens to our stuff. You know what I mean?
They can just suck it on up. They can suck it up.
No, this isn't about me. It's like, it's about you. You know?
Yeah.
It's a good movie, though. I highly recommend it to anybody out there.
I will watch it soon.
I enjoyed the shit out of Parasite. I thought it was really good, really funny.
I tried to watch it a couple times this week, but I have this access to this Plex server that is not strong enough to send me the movie, so I'm gonna have to get it myself.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, they have it on all of the streaming platforms.
Oh, really?
Where you can purchase it for like $3.99.
All right. Well,
or $5.99. I think it's $5.99.
All right.
But you can rent the fucking movie.
I do like his movies.
I like them too. I haven't seen all of them, but I really liked Snowpiercer quite a bit. And I I enjoyed. I didn't see Mother or whatever because I'm scared of it.
That one's on my Plex if you want to watch it.
Because motherfuckers say it's freaky, like it's creepy and freaky,
I
and
haven't
that's not for me.
I haven't seen that one. I did just burn that one.
I gotta look at what it is.
My daughter, we watched that Okja movie. I didn't know that was one of his too, but my kid was like totally into that movie.
Gwen and Katie really loved it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they keep telling me I need to watch it. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. But I feel like Mother is like
I mean, The Host is one of the greatest movies of all time.
I've never seen The Host
It
either.
is like it's top movie for monsters and shit. Yeah, so congratulations. I don't know. I didn't realize we were doing an Oscar show tonight.
I mean, it's going on, so I just figured when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's a movie I like. I'm glad it won.
Yes, thank you for listening to Street Fight Radio. This is the call-in show. We do this 2 times a week, every Wednesday and Thursday. You can get more of what we do at patreon.com. That's how you support creatives like us. Me and Brian, we're creatives now. We want to do more. We have a team. We have a lot of people working for us. We're doing shirts. We're trying to make things bigger and better, trying to spread this mess across the U.S., and we're happy for all of you out there fighting to make the world a better place and working to give the bad guys a run for their money. Say fuck you to the people in charge. We will be at the Means TV premiere later this month. That is happening on February 26th in Detroit, Michigan. We're going to be out there. You can pay attention to social media, follow along with the journey. You can find us on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube at Street Fight WCRS. And if you find us on Twitch, we're Street Fight Radio. Thank you for listening. I'm Brett. He's Brian. Peace.
Ooh.
Oh, I gotta pee my pants. Pee my pants. We're still live. Oh.